course, we have to start off with that again. Dude, I love it because it's like on YouTube it shows it's 26 people watching, and in StreamYard it says 7. So which one is it, man? StreamYard, I think you're kind of fucked up right now.
They're a little behind.
They're a little behind.
What's really weird?
Oh, there we go. Now they're jumped up to 30 viewers.
Yeah, it's actually 40. We have 40 people waiting for us right now.
Wow.
And we started. Yeah. So
that's a world record.
Yeah. It's for this show anyway.
Yeah. Okay. Good evening, everybody. How's it going? Tonight we have Culture Casino and author Stephen Walton. How are you guys doing?
I'm doing well, brother. Thank you for having me again. I love your intro. It's kind of like a futuristic cowboy porn music. I dig it. Damn. Hell to the chat. See,
and I think it should be in The Mandalorian. Twin sons, everybody. Twin sons.
So yeah, I have, was it Evanto Elements? So I occasionally will search for like cyberpunk music, and I'll grab stuff, and so that's where I'd grab that from. Yeah,
that is Trey Sexy Baby. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I'm finishing the sandwich and I'll get back on camera. I'm sorry.
Get in the kitchen and make me goddamn sandwich.
That's right. It's International Men's Day. Did you get a lady to put that together for you, Steven?
It's International Men's Day, and I happened to notice that the UN made it all about women. Did you see that tweet? Did.
Yeah, it was beautiful.
You gotta be
beautiful. Oh yeah, that dude gorgeous.
Let me find it for you, man. It was pretty funny.
Just I think there's actually if there's not, there should be a channel dedicated to dumb shit the UN Twitter thing says, because that would be gold.
Well, the funny thing is that they on International Women's Day they always highlight the struggles that women have to deal with, but on International Men's Day they never highlight any of that shit that men have to put up with. Well, Undoomed ended up putting something up too, which was pretty funny, about how men basically lead the rates in incarceration, suicide, and all these other things. So, I mean, let's not pretend like men don't have issues.
It's the same thing that happens on Father's Day. A bunch of freaking trifling women out there going, well, I'm a full-time dad too, and just taking credit. Like, come on now, you got your own day. You got Mother's Day.
So anyway, UN says, Happy International Men's Day to all the male allies. Just Happy International Men's Day to all the men out there. It's all the male allies around the world who support women, defy gender roles, fight gender-based violence, and stand up for equality.
So only Happy International Men's Day if you ally yourself with weird gender roles and stuff, like furries. Like, are they saying furries? Like, I'm not allowed to have an International Men's Day unless I'm okay with furries? Is that?
I have no idea. But anyway, I replied back. It's International Men's Day, and naturally, the UN makes it all about women. LOL. Why do we have these days again? Seriously, I had no fucking clue. Anyway, I always thought the idea of both International Men's Day and Women's Day to be kind of stupid to begin with, but whatever.
I don't mind it.
I just don't see the point.
It gives
a photo. Welcome back. It's been a while. I haven't seen you in the chat in quite some time. For $1.99. Hey, you sexy mother lovers.
That's very true.
Talk to Man Flu for 2 American greenbacks. Happy International Sperm Donor Day. Indeed, sir. Indeed. So, male allies. That's
male
fantastic.
Allies. What is a male ally? What does that even mean?
I don't know. They usually have green hair and they sit in the corner while somebody else bangs their girlfriend.
Yeah. What's a male ally?
Come on, man.
There you go. There's one for you.
I don't know, man. Look, live your life however you want to live it. If you want to identify as an attack helicopter, go ahead and do it. But I don't have to be anybody's ally to be a man.
Yeah. I mean, I don't care. Identify how you want. But like I said, it's the whole International Men's Day thing. Even with International Women's Day, I just don't understand why these are days.
I guess to I don't know. I don't know. Maybe to point out the achievements of certain people. I don't know. You know what? It is kind of a dividing wall, isn't it? Instead of celebrating everyone or celebrating just scientists or just, teachers or just this or that. I don't know. I think the Mother's Day and Father's Day are good things, though.
Oh yeah, that's different. I mean, that's actually, showing appreciation for your parents, right? I mean, that's the point of that. And I guess too, the whole point of International Men and Women's Day is to show appreciation for that specific gender.
But wait! What? They're adding genders though. Comics. Are we gonna have a day for all the genders? Are we gonna have International Z Day?
Look, well, here's the weird thing. I mean, this all started out as this really nice idea to honor individual human beings.
Yeah,
and then we started to have these proclamations, and then we based holidays around these folks, and like everybody, will always try to find fault with anybody that you've happened to launch a holiday about, and people are shown to be philanderers or any number of other things. And
holy shit! I just realized that Carrie Smith showed up. Hey, Carrie, how's it going?
Carrie.
SJWs don't have friends; they have allies. Very, very true.
Right.
Wow, and good to see you, Carrie. You were wonderful the other night. I really enjoyed that. So very.
Yeah, it was great hanging out and talking. It was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Also, Eskimo photo for another $1.99 International Men's Day. Happy International Men's Day to all the menstrators.
They got a Wikipedia page for that.
Not
going there, just saying it's there. Wikipedia.
Indeed.
Wikipedia, yeah, I love Wookiees. I think that's great. I think you need more Wookiees out there.
Wookiees bleed too, culture.
Well, yeah, if Rey pulls the shifter on down and with her massive powers, or shoots it down with force lightning or whatever.
All right, so we got a couple more things. We got Crazy Cat Guy for $3 with a super sticker with a fox saying, "How's it going?" Things are going pretty damn good over here. Can't complain. I'm off tomorrow. I'm off for an entire week next week, which is really nice.
Wow.
So, yeah.
Sign me up for your work schedule.
Yeah, well, it's called vacation. I mean, here's the fun part about I wouldn't say fun part. Here's the thing about COVID. When you're at home and you're working from home and you typically bank up vacation time for the end of the year, you take it at the end of the year. So that's kind of how it is. Culture Casino for a very phallic unicorn for $1.49. I don't know why you still do that, sir. I mean, you're on here.
You're on the panel.
Yes, but it's a tradition. Ask Gary. It isn't a live stream.
It is a tradition.
It's a tradition. It's a tradition.
Now that Carrie's here, she gets to hear how bad I am at reading articles because of my freaking learning disability. But so, welcome to the struggle session, Carrie.
I can read them for you if you want to.
No, it's fine, man. It's my channel. It would be kind of stupid if I didn't read them, but maybe anyway.
I make
Private Times for $1.49 super sticker. It's a bin of popcorn. So hopefully some of you guys saw that I'm starting a second channel where I'm kind of moving the more political content that I've been doing on occasion over there, specifically where I talk about the Great Reset. I'm talking more about the Great Reset. Apparently it's been trending this week for reasons. And so my video I made back in July started getting a lot of hits, which is good.
I mean, they're pretty loud about it. It's out there, and now they're hiding it. No,
there's like this great
it went this way, and then it went.
I want to say it was like the Washington Times. I have it on my laptop, but it was really funny because they're trying to spin it. The Great Reset. Oh, it's a bunch of conspiracy theorists that are going around saying these things. Don't worry about it. It's not bad. It's like, dude, have you fucking read any of these articles that talked about it, from the Hill? And if you actually go to the World Economic Forum and read what they have to say about it, it's exactly what people are calling it.
Yep.
And they're using COVID as an excuse to facilitate. It's like, don't fucking lie.
Well, environmentalism took too long, or the global warming took too long. So they've moved on to other things.
So anyway, I'll be moving more of that content over there. As I said in my video from last night, which ironically got more views than my videos about actual topics.
Hey, you know,
just kind of funny.
I only had to commit to about a minute and a half of watch time, so it was really easy for me to breeze through that one, brother.
Yeah, that's pretty true.
I'm just kidding.
No, it's fine. It's fine. Anyway, Eskimo Phono for $4.99. Had to get second job because of Koof. Oh, okay, that makes sense. So I've been busy working and studying for the Security Plus cert. Congrats, man.
Good,
I
man.
hope you
That's
pass
awesome. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Toxic Man flew for $2. I hear AT&T is shopping CNN. Yes. And oddly enough, there's going to be one thing we're going to be talking about with what is it? HuffPost getting purchased by what's the other rag of a website? BuzzFeed. There we go. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, that was trending today, so I figured that'd be an interesting topic. So Scott Williams for $2. Anything with international smacks. Any. God damn it. Anything with international smacks of communism. Yes, pretty much.
Yeah, and I love that icon that you have there. That is a station stop, I believe, in the UK for the tube.
Yeah. Yep.
Blackwater fan.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty funny. A friend of mine, he's originally from the UK, and he went back to go visit family. He actually got me a London Underground hat, and I'm so sad because I love that hat. I freaking wore it everywhere.
Yeah.
And I was in a car accident, and it disappeared.
Oh, dude.
I was wearing it at the time.
Dude,
I have no idea what happened.
if I lost my Beatles hat, if I lost my Abbey Road hat, which is from the UK, I think I'd lose my mind. It made me so very sad.
It sucked, dude. It was my favorite ball cap.
Damn.
Dude.
Yeah.
That's like when I lost my ESPN hat, my actual like cameraman ESPN hat. I was very unhappy. Very unhappy.
Did that happen after where they were transporting the vehicle, or just?
I don't know.
Because of the
Well, okay.
accident?
So here's the thing. The accident was a rollover accident, and we rolled over 3 times.
Okay.
So I have no idea what happened to it. It could have
Right.
like gone right out the window.
Right.
Somebody got a new hat.
Yeah. Somebody got a new hat and a new phone. It was great. Yeah. My wife ended up losing her phone.
Damn.
Yeah. It was
Don't
messy.
stop getting in accidents, comics. Look.
Well,
Yeah,
that
stop
was
doing that.
years ago. I wasn't the one driving either. That's the fun part. It was my my wife's uncle, and it was pretty funny because what happened was the car behind us was going really fast, and we basically hit traffic, and everyone started slowing down, and the guy slammed on his brakes and was like fishtailing, and so I look out the window, I see the car fishtailing, it's going like that, and I'm like, you don't see that every day. I go back to not paying attention, and then I look and I see the car coming right at us like that, and he ends up doing a pit maneuver. We were going like 50 miles an hour, so he hit the back of the SUV, and we just shot right off the road. And since it was an embankment, we actually we literally shot down like that, hit, and rolled 3 times. And it was one of those moments where I'm like, I'm gonna miss my flight. Because we were driving back to the airport. Not that I'm going to die, because I've already gone through that. I was in an accident where I got spun around, no spacing traffic. I got hit head on. I was like, okay, it's game over. So when it comes to like, these kind of like scary life and death incidents, it's like, I accept I'm already going to die. So
Were you thinking it as you were flipping?
Yeah.
It's like an observational moment when you're in a car accident like that. Your whole perspective changes because now you're just an observer. Okay,
no,
this is about
exactly.
to happen.
You're just a casual observer. You have to accept what life is throwing at you. There's that first thought of, great, I'm going to die.
Yeah.
This is the worst roller coaster ride ever. You know what?
So
I'm going to miss my flight. Those were the things that were going through my head.
Dude. So I was being driven to a thing. This is in high school. I was being driven to a thing by a girl, and that's not germane to the story, but just a girl that that was kind of cool in the class, a year ahead of me, and there were 4 other girls in the car with me. Right. So there's 5 of us in the car. Well, yeah, 5. Yeah. 5.
I don't believe this
There's 5
story
of us in
already.
the cars. Shut up. And I am between the door and a girl who outweighs me by my own body weight. And for some reason, she ended up in the middle seat. The girl that's driving runs the red light. Okay. And I see a brown, I can still see the car. I can almost give you the license plate, Monte Carlo, that we are running a red light. I say, holy, that's red. And I look out this window, Monte Carlo. So, knowing full well this is not going to end well, I become the human accordion, shatter both my collarbones, put my head through this window, put my head through that back window. We spin around and wrap around a light pole, a street light pole, and stop. Now, I wasn't aware of anything after my head went through this window.
Right.
So I looked like a dead person. So for like the next, and this is in high school, so like for the next 12 hours, everybody in high school thinks I'm dead.
Holy crap.
Yeah, this was literally on the corner of where the high school sits. And my graduating class, because I was a junior, my graduating class when I was a senior was 2,300 students as seniors, and so we were, so you imagine there's 2,300 juniors at that point in time thinking I'm dead, because I wasn't. Anyway, so the long story short. Obviously, I was out of school for 6 weeks, but it was probably one of the most painful injuries I've had, and I've had far more severe injuries. But when you shatter your collarbones, that changes like a lot of things, like holding your arms up, or anything reasonable that comes out of your mouth.
You should have had a car full of big girls, because then maybe that'd cushion the blow.
She was.
Oh,
she was.
Okay.
Yeah. I didn't do much to anybody else. I was the giant shock absorber for everybody else in that car, because it hit me square in the door. That was not fun.
Damn, dude.
Man.
Damn, bro.
All right, we got to get some super chats real quick.
Sorry,
So, tip a flip for $5. If Mon Calamari need to wear a wool sweater, then Wookiees can menstruate.
How's everybody on the JCPenney sweaters this week?
Dude, yeah, Tom Flip, that was not any sweater, dude. That was quality cable sweater that I have seen since like the mid 80s.
Why are you
So I'm
working
just saying.
a dock job and wearing wool, though?
I know.
don't
Well, it's because
understand that.
fishermen, right? I mean, typically,
Yeah.
you always think of like fishermen in Alaska, and they're like dressed wearing wool. So this is funny. International Women's Day was started by the Socialist Party in the early 1900s. International Women's Day was started because one day wasn't enough to celebrate women. Oh, that's great.
Oh, God, dude, she is precious. She's amazing. She's
on
wonderful.
fire tonight, Carrie.
Oh,
Eskimo
my
photo
God.
for $1.99. Apparently, half of me is no longer a minority.
Well, damn.
Oh yeah, dude.
But are you an ally?
Yeah. Well, I don't know, but you just you went from being half Asian to half white. I'm sorry.
Oh yeah,
Public.
that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you know what? But being half Asian, you're good though. If you're half Asian, because you got kicked out of the BIPOC club, so you can come on over and hang out with us.
They did. Yeah.
Yeah. Asians you're not people of color
Asians
no
and
more.
Indians from India.
What?
Yeah.
Well,
they're considered to be.
They're Caucasians. They're the brothers of the
Asian.
Caucasian race, man. Come on, man.
Well, they're white. They're white adjacent.
White adjacent. Yeah.
That's crazy. Well, my God, weren't we moving away from all this? This is
okay.
what-
We were.
I live in the human race. I have lived in the human race my entire life. Racism was never a thing. And I know that you had a different experience, Stephen, but in my world, I played sports. I was involved in activities in school and everything else. And you know what? It was a cornucopia. It was every color of the rainbow. It was every orientation you could imagine. And you know what? Everybody lived and let lived. I grew up in that world. What happened?
Well, I mean, here's the thing. I mean, for the most part, it's like I've met some pretty, racist people, but for the most part, like growing up in the '90s, we kind of, for the most part, it kind of moved past that shit. I mean, there was stuff that happened, like Rodney King, and you did have the riots in the early '90s. But I think after that, people kind of, it was like the whole thing with I don't see color. It's like you can't say that now because it's considered to be white supremacy now. You have to see color, which is dumb. And it's like that. I think the best way you can kind of nail people on is ask them, say, hey, do you believe in Martin Luther King's dream? And if they say yes, then say why you're basically judging people on their race. because
why are you
what he was
racist?
against. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
And that's a nice trap to throw people into for sure. But I just don't, why is it even necessary? Why that's the you know what, nobody's ever going to convince me that that intersectional feminism, third wave feminism, whatever you want to call it, and all this other baloney sausage that came along with it is a better alternative than everybody getting along like we were. I just don't get it.
The 90s had 11 to 80.
In culture, you're being called out.
Fudge sickle. Is my internet back to the super suck?
Yeah, your culture.
Yeah, it's being choppy again.
The thing about the 90s kids, and I was a 90s kid, like comics, is that
I wasn't a kid. I was in my 20s in the 90s for the most part.
Oh, were you? Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, you're a little older than me, I guess.
Yeah, just a tad.
I was in 80s, 90s. Like, I'm in that cusp, you know what I mean? Like, I was going through puberty at the end of the 90s. And
I was really an 80s kid. I was in my 20s in the 90s.
Okay. So, yeah. I mean, well, okay. Then the gap still isn't that large. Well, the 90s to me was getting over all that. Like, you still had people that used racist words. There was still racism around, but a lot of it was like tough love, kind of let's get over this together.
Yeah.
Also, the events of blatant racism that actually suffocated people's civil liberties, like Rodney King, instances like that. They were localized instances. It wasn't a national epidemic. I don't know where this idea of a national epidemic of white supremacy comes from, especially after the generation that I grew up in, where we were fighting against that. And everybody just became a sensitive bitch somewhere around 2010, 2012. I don't understand what it was. I think a lot of it has to do with not having a common enemy. People just made them up. That's where I think a lot of this, the F the patriarchy, third wave feminists, a lot of these racists, like that video. Geeks and Gamers did a video on it. I watched it, posted. I added it at Facebook. It was like, what white people aren't great at, or something like that. It's just like it's just a bunch of black people.
Video. I haven't watched it yet, but
all right. Well,
thanks, Dalton. I'll have to check that.
Racist thing I've ever seen, but but YouTube don't have a problem with it, right? YouTube don't have a problem with that, but you can censor somebody like that doesn't have the proper political the topics the proper political persuasion, like Josiah Rises gets demonetized for harmful content for saying whatever he was saying. I watched Josiah. I don't know what the harmful content was. I still ain't got an answer to that. I still don't even know what that is. Not that it's an answer that should be given to me, but as a fan, I'd like to know from YouTube. They could demonetize him, but you can have a channel with 10 million subs putting out a video of just a bunch of black people hating on white people, and that's not right. That's not racist. That's not terrible.
Yeah, it's because they redefined racism, man. That's why.
They've absolutely redefined it. Remember when the term reverse racism first came out? Well, in the 2000s? Or
I think it was out longer than that.
Really? I didn't hear it until somewhere around
the funny thing is, whenever I heard people say reverse racism, I would just go, don't you just mean racism?
It's racism.
It's the same fucking thing.
Right. There's this idea. There's this idea that only one segment of the world population can be racist. Let me give you all the clue. Racism happens everywhere, all over the world, all different countries, people of different ilks, people of different religion, different likes. You're always going to have one a-hole in a tribe, in a community. You're always going to have that, right? You're going to have a purist, but that's not a national epidemic in this country. And it was something that we've been fighting. Our generation has been fighting for the last several decades, but to only see what this narrative that has been spun in the last 10 years and is supported by the media and privileged millionaires and just this nonsense of division. We were working toward unification, working toward everyone being equal under the eyes of the law, everyone having an equal opportunity. And that opportunity depends on how much work you put in. It shouldn't be dependent upon what your race is, what your gender is, what you worship, or if you worship, or anything like it. That should have nothing to do with it. The amount of effort that you put into progressing yourself as a human being, that is the merit of your character. That is what should matter. And we are going backwards now because of all of the focus that is being put on race. All of the dividing walls that we've spent time breaking down and saying, hey, we're all human. Those things are being being reconstructed, and with a new narrative that is definitely meant to separate us. Not that I wouldn't consider racism in the past constructed for a narrative, like slavery.
No, it sure as fuck was.
but we can see the narrative that's being constructed right now, right before our eyes politically. You can see it being drawn out the way that the access and the mainstream media spin things. You can see it in the way that politicians, the way that celebrities, the way that these people talk about whiteness and just words that are meant to divide, not to unite. And it is something. I'm actually disillusioned. I'm kind of upset with the human race. That means all of us, that we're allowing this rhetoric to have any kind of sway in our lives. We're not all created equal. Yeah, we're all different. We have different. Well,
the other thing too, Stephen, the reason why this crap is going on is because humans, by our very nature, we're tribal.
Well, yes,
and this is we are definitely living through a very tribalistic time because of politics for reasons. Because of politics. Okay. How did he say he was? I am 46. Part of the reason why I'm well preserved is because I dye my goatee. If you go back and watch some of my older videos, you'll see it's gray. It's been gray during the lockdown, and
you got that little man comb. You're doing that. Okay.
So other than that, I mean, I have like flecks of gray. My hair is for the most part still the same color.
Come on, ladies, tell him he looks 30. Come on, help a man out.
It's fine. I'm fine with being an old ass dude. So I honestly don't care.
It's the privilege keeps you young. That's what
it's the privilege. Yeah, I don't know. A lot of people still think I'm in my 30s, which I don't know if that's still the case because it's been a while since I've seen people in person.
I would have guessed. Honestly, I would have guessed 38.
I also think I probably look better on camera than in person. Wouldn't reverse racism be anti-racism? You would think, small time. You really would. It's kind of a funny statement if you think about it.
Small time. It sounds like you have common sense.
Yeah, seriously.
Don't go on Twitter. Don't do it.
Okay, Robert Frey. Well, I'm older than you.
But are you an ally? That's the most important thing.
I consider myself to be a meat popsicle.
Culture's all trying to find his internet.
Yeah, well, he's that. I think he's trying to find his shirt too.
You think he's changed? I told him to do it live. The ladies would have loved that.
So, anyway, well, if it makes you feel any better, Robert, I'm about to turn 47 in a few months. So, there's that. All right, we have a lot of articles to talk about, so we should probably jump into that. Now I'm going to pull the first one, which is I haven't read it, but it's a great title. It's from Kurt Russell. Kurt Russell says stars who get political hurt the craft. And wow, I feel like I'm hearing an echo because I know a lot of us has been saying this for like several years now. The fact that we don't care about what our adult pretenders say about politics. We just want them to adult pretend for a living.
Makes you wonder if Kurt's been traveling around some of our channels lately. Yeah.
Makes you wonder. Not that I talk a lot of Star Trek or anything, because I don't. But
it's refreshing to hear someone in Hollywood come out and say this. It's the truth of it. Like we were talking about that earlier on the Supreme Heretics show. I don't mind if a person has opinions on politics.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
We all have the right to that. Just when you are a person who is an entertainer and you are trying to please everyone, that's what it should be for, right? You're trying to please as many people. You're trying to attract as many people as you can to the entertainment that you are providing. And when you get hyper political, and then especially when you inject it in the media, in the craft itself, but even if you're just an actor who is an outspoken, hyper political person with very staunch, rigid, extremist kind of viewpoints, you alienate people.
Yeah, you do. Yeah. And that's the thing that they don't get, right? And the shit's been going on with the BBC. They're like, and they're somehow shocked and surprised that all the political messaging turns people off.
What? It does?
Yeah, it does? What?
Oh my God.
What? Yeah, I know.
They loved it. I thought people loved getting beat over the head and being told how bad they are if they don't believe in one political ideology.
Yeah.
Damn.
I know. It's crazy, right?
Yeah. I understand it.
Who would have thought? Okay. I was trying to make sure I haven't missed any super chats yet. So, Toxic Man flew for $5. I've seen comics in person recently. Well, in person meaning through binoculars from across the street due to restraining order. Oh man, that's hilarious.
So keep it up. Keep stalking.
Yeah, Imperial Lupia for $2. It will be okay. We are adults. Adults will manage.
I'm not worried about the adults, brother. I'm worried about the kids. You know, I'm worried about my kids. I just, I want to make sure that they grow up in something that I can relate to, not a world where they have to go to health class and question their gender. Like, I don't know what the hell's going on.
Yeah,
I got a teenager in high school. I'm fighting with a district right now.
Yeah. Oh, that's fantastic.
Yeah.
Okay. As far as I'm concerned, you should step away from saying anything so that you can still be seen by the audience in any character, says the actor. Kurt Russell maintains Hollywood stars should not wade into politics publicly, as doing so only hurts the craft. Mm-hmm. Yeah. No disagreements here, my friend. None whatsoever.
Yeah.
Accompanied by partner Goldie Hawn. God damn, I forgot he's married to Goldie Hawn.
Goldie Hawn.
For a co-feature in the New York Times, published Wednesday, the iconic actor made clear his views on Hollywood and politics being oil and water.
Wow.
They
Common sense coming out of an actor? What year are we in? Is this 2002?
No, sir. Unfortunately, it's 2020. It's about to be 2021. Mm-hmm. I've always been someone who felt we are court jesters, says Russell. Oh my God! Seriously, talk about self-awareness.
Damn right.
Kurt Russell realizes he's an adult pretender. Okay, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Who stars alongside Han in the Netflix Christmas Chronicles 2? That's what we do. As far as I'm concerned, you should step away from saying anything so that you can still be seen by the audience in any character. Yeah, that's...
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Absolutely. If only more adult pretenders took this attitude, it would be fantastic.
Well, apparently he's not smelling anyone's farts and telling him it's roses right now, I guess. Well, he's also at the end of his career, like... Yeah,
pretty much. We need an updated COVID lockdown inspired by Escape from LA. Oh, dude, yeah. I saw today that Austin ramped up their lockdown or their oh God, I have it on my other computer. It's like it was trending stage 4. That's what it's called. They ramped up to stage 4. I guess with the lockdown stuff. Yeah. I don't know if it's actually lockdown, but I have some articles pulled up I need to read at some point. So. Yeah, I saw that. That's kind of scary. So, sorry, Carrie.
Yeah, a lot of my work is in Pennsylvania, and the transgender spokesperson for Pennsylvania came out and told us that mandates. This is what they told us, that if you decide to gather at other people's houses, they are telling you that if that person is not family, you are mandated to wear a mask in someone else's home.
Yeah, I saw that. I thought that was really stupid.
What is this? This is Clown World. This is Clown World. That's not happening.
Okay. Yes, indeed. The state of the world.
Yes.
I keep forgetting I have those. I have to play those more often.
Those are great.
Yeah. That is not to say Russell believes that stars should not be well informed. Yeah, sure. Anybody.
Absolutely.
It would just behoove them to keep their opinions to themselves, he says. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
This goes for comic book creators as well.
This goes for comic book creators, authors, everybody, right? Let your art speak for itself.
Yeah.
Don't poison the well before anyone has a chance to get a drink. And they do that. They did that with Star Wars, doing it with Star Trek, BBC Doctor Who. They've been doing it with comics forever now. You think that they would learn that lesson that entertainers are there to entertain, right? If you are a performer, if you're an entertainer, if you're a person who provides entertainment, like an artist or a writer or something like that, absolutely have your opinion. Absolute vote how you want to vote, stand for who you want to stand with, stand for what you want to stand for. No problem with that. But you are not bringing anyone together, which is, I think, the purpose of entertainments is to escape, to get away from the real world. You're not providing escapism. You are.
Oh, come on, Steven. We all know the reason why they're doing this now. It's not about escapist entertainment. It's about indoctrination. That's the reason why it's taking over stuff.
I forget whose channel I'm on. Absolutely, comic. You're right. It's all about indoctrination. It's about conditioning our young people. It's about getting them used to ideas that don't make any sense to us, with words that have just been made up in the last 10 years, to shame you into being a systemic ism for something that they just made up. It is a cultural indoctrination, and that is exactly what it is. I mean, and there's a lot of different roads you can go down. And as far as the emasculation of men, the breakup of the family. How the family unit is no longer honored. It's considered something bad. Like I just, TikTok videos of women, young women skipping to the abortion clinic. There's a lot, that I watched that the other day and I couldn't even believe it. So yes, entertainments are being used as a platform to espouse certain ideology, and that's not what they're there for. You've now become a political platform. You're not You're not escapist entertainment. You're not making something for everyone. I mean, Star Trek Discovery is garbage, garbage. Dude, I recorded the first review for the first episode of this season and said, guys, I don't know how long I'm going to be able to do this, but I'm going to really give it a go this season. I ain't made another one. I can't watch it. It's just bad.
Dude, I when I was reviewing Picard, I reviewed the first 2 episodes and I gave up in the middle of episode 3. I was like, I can't do this.
I don't blame you.
Because each time I do a review, I'd have to watch the episode like 3 freaking times. It's like, I hate myself.
This is what they produce. They're trying to, I think that there was some, as far as Picard goes, there was a couple creators that came in and tried to fix it, tried to like create this Frankenstein season. I guess the direction wasn't going the way that they wanted it to. And so, correct me if I'm wrong, guys. I believe that there was at least two other writers that came in to try and make sense of this season of that season of Picard. So when you watch the first episode to the second to the third, it's like watching 2 completely different shows. Like I don't know where they're going with it, and it also didn't make sense. I'm sorry, the Federation would not create a slave race of androids.
Yeah,
one star blowing up in one system would not destroy all of an empire.
Well, the other thing too is like the idea of creating a slave race of androids got addressed in the original TNG.
Right.
It's
Measure of a Man.
Yeah, Measure of a Man.
Yeah.
Real quick, I gotta get some chats real quick. Scroll up. So it's worse in California. I still have a lot of friends there. They have curfew. Holy shit! In parts of San Francisco now.
What?
Wow, that is crazy. And I know they have it pretty bad there. And the fact that Gavin Newsom was at a restaurant with a bunch of people, and of course nobody's wearing masks.
Right.
It's like, good God. It goes back to rules for thee, but not for me. Nonsense.
Did you see the meme with Gavin Newsom dressed up as the guy from the Hunger Games? Oh God, the announcer. I forget the actor's name. Had like the they had him dressed up like he was from the Hunger Games. Basically, that was it.
I never watched the movies, but I know what you're talking about. Robert Frey, Kerry Smith. Edward Newsom announced a statewide curfew today. I don't think he's getting reelected. I sure as fuck hope not. I mean, seriously, if he gets reelected, you get what you fucking vote for. All right,
you get what you vote for. You get what you vote for.
God damn
you get what you vote for.
I find that really, really aggravating. By the way, Kerry, I forgot to mention. I watched your the thing on your channel with the Gillette commercial for women. That was amazing.
What? Oh, what did I miss?
Yeah, because you remember that Gillette commercial they did for men?
Yes.
Talk about toxic masculinity. Well, she did one for toxic femininity. It was great.
I need that video in my life.
Yeah. Eskimo Phono for $4.99. Ruffalo is my hero. Ruffalo's my hero. Activist, and one of the only MCU cast members people want to put their clothes back on. LOL. Yeah. I can't stand Ruffalo. He's
neither can I. That's why I thought you tripped up. You were like, Ruffalo is my hero.
Ruffalo is my hero. Activist and one of the only MCU cast members people want to put their clothes.
Hey, brother, you got the right to your opinion. I'm glad he put his clothes back on too. That's good. I want to see Mark naked.
Well, hey, all I gotta say is, even though he is guilty as fuck for perpetuating the cancel culture nonsense, I guess at least he stood up for his friend. You know, when Chris Pratt was getting attacked, but at the same time, it's like, dude, you're fucking part of the problem.
You're part of the problem. That's exactly it. And it's that I think he's disingenuous in my opinion. What I'm hoping is that seeing one of his friends get canceled for no reason, due to an ideology that he himself supports, maybe that'll wake his ass up. Like they'll come for you. They'll come for you, Mr. Male Feminist, if you don't bend the knee.
That's true.
You know?
Well, it's only a matter of time that when they start coming for you. Okay. That is not to say, I already read that part. Okay. This is actually a pretty short article. God, culture. Where the hell are? Oh, he ended up dropping out.
He's probably restarting.
Yeah, I'm sure he'll be back. I guess he's trying to fix his internet. There's no reason entertainers can't learn just as much as anybody else about a subject, whatever it is, he said. But I think that that's what's sad about it, is that they lose their status as a court jester and in a court. And I'm a court jester. That's what I was born to do. I mean, that's the thing. I think a lot of entertainers forget the fact that they're entertainers. And that's kind of the problem. Here's Drew.
Yeah, it took me a little bit. I had to get something to eat before I got on here because I was starving, man.
Damn, Drew, I
That's
ate
fine.
before the show started, and at the beginning, I got it in there, and I was here.
Oh, well, I was talking to Raquel too. So.
Oh, okay. Yeah, excuse you. Yeah, I love talking to Raquel.
Yeah, she's pretty cool. He continued, a court jester is the only one who walks into the court and puts the king down as long as he doesn't hit too close to home. I think that's been a big, important part of all the cultures throughout history. And I'd like to see it stay in ours. Yeah, I agree, man. I mean,
it's gotten to the point where the comedians don't want to touch certain topics. Like that's their job. They are the jesters of our society.
Did you see the Timcast IRL with Ryan Long? What they're talking about the whole thing with comedy?
I don't think I did.
Oh, it's good. I haven't gotten all the way through it yet, but he was kind of hitting on the whole thing. It's like, yes, the court jester is the one who is allowed to criticize the king openly and mock the king openly without risking getting his head cut off. Obviously, like you said, not hitting too close to home at times. But it's a very important thing. And it's the same thing with comedy. It's a way for us to go and criticize and mock and make fun of the things that we think are dumb in our culture. And that's the very thing that they're trying to stop, because mockery, bad ideas should be mocked and ridiculed, hands down. Right. And it's like, I always say in my videos, even my ideas aren't above criticism. I know I'm human. I'm going to make a bad call. I'm going to say something stupid, and I expect to get called out for it.
Okay. Yeah.
All right. Yeah.
Absolutely. It's when he's right. When you begin to talk about politics, you become a political figure. You're now a proponent of a politic. And back when I was growing up, I remember you would have actors make statements about politics, but it was usually the exception to the rule. There were certain people that were more active in politics than others, but it was never this browbeating, demonizing that a lot of actors do. I don't think they know what the hell they're talking about, first off. And who could keep track of all of it anyway? Every day we're offended about something new. Something got made up 2 days ago. I mean, hell, even the Asians got kicked out of the people of color.
Yeah, what's up with that?
You ain't a person of color no more, Drew.
It's because you're too successful. That's why.
That's it.
Well,
you got privilege.
Well, yeah, apparently now there is such a thing as Asian privilege, which it's funny because, like,
Are you serious? Are they actually making that a thing now?
I've heard that because, like, you know, supposedly, apparently we because we're the quote quiet people and we don't make a big stink about things. We're looked at as smug and flaunting. I guess our intelligence over
You're too
over
smart
others.
to be a person of color. Is that what you're trying to say, Drew?
I don't know what exactly it is, but they're on the way to like saying that somehow we have privilege, and it's like this whole racial labeling thing is just getting out of control. It was stupid to begin with.
There is one common denominator with it all, guys, and it's people who don't really care about any of this.
No, it's social fucking construct, and my God, comics has talked about it ad nauseum, and I'm glad that he does, because there needs to be more people having these discussions and pointing out that it is a bunch of fabricated stuff to divide. It's designed to divide. I was on a stream with Wes a few nights back, and we played a really good excerpt from that interview in the 80s with Yuri Bezmenov when he was calling out exactly what was, the stages of how they infiltrate. And he was exactly spot on. And
there's like an entire book in the 90s that was written talking about how they would go and, take out the U.S. and various other countries.
Yeah, and that's essentially what's happened with this whole woke vehicle and sort of platform that they've gone and used to essentially reshape society. That's the end goal, is to divide people along every single line possible. And
that was what basically the book said, is that and for the life of me I can't remember. I have to Google it again. I've talked about it before, but they said in the US what they do is they try and divide things based off of race, and they would have, and this is the funny part, they would have the UK basically Brexit. It's just like, is like the shit this book actually playing out. It was pretty interesting. Real quick, let me get some of these chats real quick. Robert Frey, watch the MCU in chronological order. You can sense the moment Disney bought Marvel. Everything after Civil War is so corporate cookie cutter. Great action and set pieces, but light on story. Absolutely correct.
Oh yeah, you won't. It's funny because you see fluff stuff like that, and then you see stuff with substance. We just got done with a 2-hour plus stream, reviewing a well written and well crafted, dramatic television show, and then you come to contrast it with seeing something like that's all flash and no substance, and it just reinforces the point that modern writing, especially in Hollywood now, is like non-existent. Well, they won't let people in that are free thinkers and actually
hire
writers.
Script Doctor Hollywood hires who will fix all of you. Just hire him.
Dude, seriously, that guy is so good.
They need to. They need to hire a script doctor. And hey, I see a bunch of peeps in the chat saying what's up to me. It was great to see you guys. Ruth Korean, Damajanai, Soul Assassin, and Jason C, Tahilam. Man, I see everybody's out. Fat Steven Seagal, what up, dude?
Yep. So he's asking me I should join them for Among Us. Yeah, man, just ping me and let me know when you're planning on doing it. It's That game is pretty fun. I suck at it because apparently I'm terrible at lying.
See,
Not many entertainers have balls. Making up for super chats. Haha. It's all good, dude. Don't worry about it. Waiting for the pendulum to swing back to common sense. Well, part of the issue with the pendulum, though, is that it doesn't just stay in the middle. It swings back and forth, and we're gonna get, things are gonna swing back to the right again, and we'll see scary stuff coming from the right, and then it will slowly make its way back down to the center, and then all the way back to the left.
I would rather.
It would be great if it stayed the center, but I don't think.
I'd rather have balanced scales than a pendulum.
I agree.
Yeah, that's what I thought we were working toward. In my opinion, that Gene Roddenberry future. Yeah, but
common sense isn't going to go away. Just because they want.
I don't know, dude. I disagree. I think you can breed out common sense, and a lot of that has to do with indoctrination.
Well, yeah, it has to do with indoctrination, but there's enough people that are alive and going to be alive at least for the next 30 years. And maybe, I'm hoping it cracks 75, 76, but, I mean, you would think, I know, at least from my personal standpoint, I mean, I'm going to keep shouting down common sense and spreading common sense until, the day I go to the grave. I mean, this is just, I don't want people to blindly accept this type of society, because what you're on right now is the path to authoritarianism and allowing yourself to be a mind prisoner. And you shouldn't be a mind prisoner. You should love the fact that, the most beautiful thing about being a human being is our mind and our free will and our free thought. And the minute that you give those things up and let yourself be a mind prisoner, then really and truly, you're not anymore really living life. And
that's the thing that's so scary about it. And I'm gonna. Sorry, Esmafun, I'll get to your chat in a second, but I saw this pop up. Soul Assassin says it starts with education. And he's right. And that's kind of the problem, is that we used to, in school, teach people to be able to think for themselves. And basically now we're basically telling them how to think.
Yes.
All right, let me get the super chat real quick. Espo photo for $4.99. Asians take care of their families and their businesses and usually don't need handouts. So we aren't useful to them. You are very correct.
Y'all weren't making enough noise for years and years now. You've had all this conglomerate of different types of gays and different people from around the world, other than Europe, coming together and for the Oppression Olympics. Y'all didn't participate enough, Asians. You should have took advantage. You didn't participate enough.
And small time explains it all. Common sense is part of the patriarchy, and that's the reason why we need to get rid of it.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
All right, let's finish this article up and we'll move on to something else. Here we go. Han and Russell also reflected on, in their options, the dwindling number of true movie stars. That is also very true. That's something I think that we've all seen that's been going on in Hollywood is, who's the last true movie star? And there really aren't any, coming up now.
Yeah.
The pandemic may very well end the notion entirely, they said. I think it's already over with.
Yeah, I think it's over with.
Yeah. We are trying to figure out what to do, said Han, of the current state of Hollywood. I mean, when you look at how AMC has only so much money to exist before it goes away. Yeah. And odds are, because of the lockdowns that are going on, it probably will. And this is the thing that my wife and I, we went out to dinner tonight with her family. It's the first time we've gone out to a restaurant, at least for me, it's been a while. She's been going out with her family on occasion. And we're driving by, there's this place that we'd like to go to. It's a barbecue place, and it's closed down. It's pretty close to her house. And it's gone forever. And it's gone because of the coof, which really sucks. So and I don't know how many people work there, maybe 20, 30 people. So those people don't have jobs anymore. It's very, very unfortunate.
Educate yourselves, my friends. Educate yourselves at what's going on right now, and what we're being told is the problem. and what the numbers are regarding that problem, the steps you can take to protect yourself from that problem, that we can't even really talk about openly.
That's the thing that's so irritating about it is I actually know several people right now that have the coof. One of them is a coworker of mine, and he's like, "Yeah, it's just like having the flu." He's like, "Yeah, actually, for him, he's like, it's like having a cold."
Well, for most people, it is like that.
Yeah,
because of the fact that most of us understand. Hey, look, you get sick, it's no different. You just go and isolate yourself till you feel better, and then move on and keep your life moving. But the problem is, you have the impressionable people that live, all they do is eat, sleep, and breathe the 24-hour news cycle. They are glued to their televisions. They're watching network news. Network news is telling you that, oh my God, the numbers of positive cases rose today.
Gotta get that fear porn in.
And they go and make this conflation. That a positive case equals a death sentence.
Yeah,
that's what they're trying to create.
That too. It's like, and I've known someone who got it, and it was pretty severe, and they did go to the hospital. But I saw him yesterday, and he's just fine now. So it's.
What did they do for him in the hospital?
I don't know. I didn't really get the details. I just know that he got it. His wife got it. His wife had no symptoms, and he went to the hospital. It's all kind of weird. Wow. And it's like my wife's cousin, he has it, his fiance have it, and they're both fine. We actually know a lot more people, and then her uncle also has it, and it's like the flu, as well. It's nothing.
It's funny. It's like it only affects certain people.
Yeah, it is kind of weird.
But we need to lock down. Everybody's
but we need to lock down. It's like apparently it's like there's a lot of people in my wife's family that has it, and they're fine.
Well, I'm like sitting there laughing my ass off at the sheer folly of this curfew that started tonight in Ohio. So our governor makes a curfew from 10 p.m. to 5 a.m. and that's for the next minimum 3 weeks. And they said at that time they'll revisit it. But,
this is interesting. So the great one is here saying, my doctor said the test will go positive if you had a cold anytime recently or in the past few months. Plus, there's the damn flu cases. Where are the damn flu cases?
They're not counting the flu cases. They're not counting the flu cases at all because they're marking everything down as COVID. They're taking what a lot of times is the flu. And they're saying, oh, well, you got COVID because the symptoms are similar.
Well, I believe Adega Outlaw, he's someone who's one of our traffics, our channels. When this all first started, he's a retired physician. He came onto my channel and talked about this. And the name of the virus itself is actually a cold virus. That is what that is. So you could literally just have a cold and like that chat said, mark it down as this. That's why I think the numbers are going up because they're just marking it like that.
Yeah. Tim F. He makes the point. He says, "Truth. I live in Ohio. Ridiculous." Yeah, it is because when you break it down, it's like, hello. Does that mean because I stay inside from 10 p.m. to 5 in the morning, the virus anytime after 5 a.m. isn't around me? It's like, why? What's going on?
It's a vampire.
What this thing is saying, they're inflating the numbers to make people scared. And if, like I said, I'm not going to cover here because I have a whole channel dedicated to it.
Right.
But this whole thing with the coof plays into the Great Reset. Like I said, I'm going to have another video talking about this on my other channel coming out next week. So
we had those politicians comics that came out and they said, I mean, they're not even denying it anymore.
Well, Trudeau came out. Yeah, it's funny, and you had the
Chicago mayor,
the Washington Post, basically running interference, saying that they're basically fear mongering, and it's not true. So it's messed up.
Yeah, a Chicago mayor came out and said it too. She said, essentially that, we need to follow follow the new world order essentially.
Oh, holy crap! Yeah, you gotta send me that, dude.
Yeah, Lori
if that's on video, send it to me. I need that.
Yeah, just Lori Lightfoot. All you have to do is you could look it up. I think the clip was on Twitter.
He's talking about the reset. He literally just talks about it like
no. This is different. This is Lori Lightfoot, the Chicago mayor. She came out and basically said, "Yeah, we need to follow the New World Order."
Oh, that's right. Black woman.
Yep.
Yeah, Lori Lightfoot. Yeah, the mayor of Chicago.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, let me get back to this. So when you see the big screen and people are in there engaging, there's nothing like it. It may be very melancholy to know that could never that knowing that it could be over. I agree, man. That's the thing that's very sad about this is that even though I don't go to the movies as much as I used to, the fact that they're going to go away does make me kind of sad. It is pretty unfortunate.
One last place for people to get together from different walks of life and just and just spend time, maybe create a bond between one another that would overcome any differences that they have due to cultural upbringing.
Yeah. She continued. However, there is more content now than ever. And not only that, there's a place for content. We're looking at incredible talent. But the one thing I wonder about all of this will be, God damn it. I guess whatever. But the one thing I wonder about all of that is, will there be any movie stars? Probably not.
No.
That thing of the old days when there were these glamorous movie stars and people that you just couldn't wait to go see. Honestly, to a degree, the last, I think, actress that really, to me, looks like a movie star is Gal Gadot. During the whole thing with oh god, what was that DC thing that they did online? She was all dressed up. She looked glamorous. She looked like a movie star.
Well, she's a model too, so she knows.
Well,
she looks good.
She's a. I mean, oh god, she's a fucking force of nature. But
babies.
But damn, yeah. I mean, they don't make them like they used to. You're not gonna see a Monroe, and you're not gonna see like Grace Kelly or somebody like that.
Maybe it was a 20th century thing. Maybe the 21st century is not gonna be that. We're watching the fall of it and into something else.
Russell interjected. I think the question will there be an era for that? Without the arena, sorry. Will there be an arena for that? Without the arena, those movie stars don't happen. The culture aspects don't happen.
Well, yeah, because they don't want that to happen. Because again, it gives a sense of wonder and imagination and things like that. And that's something that runs counter to following, one way. They're trying to force it on you and say,
like Harvey Weinstein kind of forcing it on you?
No, but they're trying to say that your culture is your culture and everything else is going to be assimilated.
Well, you've got to look at the people that have this perspective. I think Goldie Hawn, she's been around since she was fresh and 18 on the laugh end. She's been involved in Hollywood for a very long time and has seen the many different changes that have come. And so has Kurt. He's been in there for a very long time.
My stepmom, she looks like Goldie Hawn. Damn.
Real? What's her number?
My dad will whoop your ass.
I need Snake Plissken back in a big way.
Yeah.
If someone didn't know about those movies, they could have taken that one of 3 different ways. Good job.
But yeah, man.
Phrasing, context matters. Okay. Let me get the super chats. Talk to me for $5. I'm Whiskey Tango. My common sense doesn't doesn't go much past. Here, hold my beer.
I love
I love
Tox.
you, Toxic.
Yeah,
Nice
Tox is great. There's a reason why Tox is one of my moderators.
Yep.
All right,
It's-
Eskimo Photo for $1.99, and I don't understand why he's paying me money. If Kelly wants to lock down, Kelly can bail out Hollywood. No, honestly, I don't want them to fucking bail out Hollywood. I want Hollywood to fail because this is their fault.
Yeah.
It
dude,
needs to fucking fail.
Dude, the Hollywood is the Pied Piper when it comes to this stuff, man. So if they're, I do not want $1 of my tax money, and mind you, I pay way too damn much in taxes.
Yeah,
I do not want $1 of my tax money to go towards Hollywood. I want it to go to the hardworking people that have been put out of work because of this dumbass thing that we've been dealing with.
Yep, I agree. I was gonna take a sip of water, but never mind. I was good.
Nah, man, sip of water for the working man. I can read the John Beck. I can do it. I can do it. I have a voice and good hair.
Speaking
So
voice, is good.
The John Beck for $5 American says, I disagree that it's mind. I think it's heart. Germany before WW2 had most nobles, and my 35-year-old athletic friend gets winded walking 0.5 miles after 3 months. All right.
I'm trying to dissect that.
I am as well. But in the meantime, John C gives us phallic unicorns for $1.49.
Thank you, Jason.
Thank you, Jason. Thank you, Jason C. I think I have to say his name wrong at some point.
Jason.
But yeah,
He gave you two.
yeah, he did. Let me highlight the second one. That's why I said he gave me
Oh,
phallic
I thought you
unicorns.
didn't say. I'm sorry.
He gave me
My bad.
phallic unicorns for $1.49.
I was looking out for you, Jay. My bad.
Jason C. You are the man, sir.
Yeah, I think he was referring to Nobel Prizes.
Nobel Prizes. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Because I was
Nobel.
wondering because there were nobles.
I put the emphasis on the wrong syllable.
That was his fault. See what culture did?
Stop it.
Nope.
I'm kidding.
You're debeefed.
Oh, I've been debeefed a lot.
No, you keep your debeefs to yourself.
That's right. I forgot about that. You guys are terrible.
It wasn't me.
It's National Men's Day, right?
Yep. That's right.
Where you're getting the head and the shaft. All right, let's do it.
Indeed. BuzzFeed to acquire HuffPost in stock deal with Verizon Media.
God.
Is this really such a good idea?
No, this is a very, very bad idea.
Now they're gonna gobble each other up. Let them. I mean, they're all crap sites anyway. You know.
It's like,
Whatever happened to Ariana Huffington? I mean, after all, she's the one who started the Huffington Post. But
it's like, God, let's make one bad leftist site even worse.
Well, consider that this is not exactly a brilliant company, considering Verizon Media is the one they're the ones that acquired Yahoo. So I don't know if the business strategy is solid here.
well, and the other thing too, the only thing that would make this better is if BuzzFeed went and acquired the Mary Sue.
No, yeah, and then like somehow they acquire Kotaku as well.
Yeah.
But what's interestingly enough, this probably works out better for Verizon Media. So I guess I could
It
just say
probably
that
does because they're cutting the dead weight of the Huffington Post.
yeah, they're separating the wheat from the chaff.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
All right.
Is BuzzFeed still around? Apparently it is.
Apparently.
It's sort of kind of
BuzzFeed.
not a lot.
God damn. I'm buzzed. Not really. I had 2 beers earlier.
Oh, dude, catch up.
Yeah, I know, right? If I have any more, I won't be able to fucking talk any more than I can already. So there you go. New media companies have been exploring mergers as they try to jumpstart growth. Yeah. Dude, that says it all right there, right? Okay, so they're trying to go and gain growth, but because they can't do it naturally. So they go and buy another company to get that growth going.
That's right. Well, I mean, they're all spewing about the same type of ideological garbage. So
Well,
the only
here's-
growth would be absorbing someone else into your structure instead of, because you're not expanding your audience. You're not. When you specialize with your media instead of generalizing to the public, you're only going to get so many customers. You're only going to get you're going to get the same type of customers. So. I mean, like, I don't think that's the only way that they're going to even try to feign growth is by gobbling each other up. They're going to SJWs eat their own.
Yes, they do.
Yep.
All right, let me see if I can
Yeah, it's still going to be the same.
bypass
terrible
the
journalism.
JavaScript, which apparently
They're garbage.
I can't. So we can't read the article, unfortunately.
We can't read the article.
Yeah, let me see if there's a cache copy somewhere.
All right, let's do that because we need to read this article. We need to know. We need to know.
We need to know. And I'm such a bastard for not giving the Wall Street Journal money because they're
I'm not giving them money.
Wall Street Journal used to be good, folks. Now it's not.
Okay, send me the link because I'll. The WSG is simply a JavaScript block away.
I added it to the JavaScript block and apparently it didn't do it. So
they're both nerds.
Yeah. Well, I nerd for a living. That's why.
And I have great hair.
We found out today that Culture Casino makes his own wine, his own beer, and builds his own homes.
I brew mead. Does that count?
Dude, you do?
I do.
Brother, we gotta get up. Let's raise a horn together, my man. That's great.
Yeah, I used to do it. I started brewing mead after my wife and I got married. Because oddly enough, it was pretty funny. What got me to want to do it was I ran into an ex-girlfriend of mine, and she was basically brewing mead with her roommate. And I was like, I gotta do that. So I went out, bought all the supplies after we got married, started doing it, and I stopped for a number of years. I actually still have like one of my original bottles, which is some primo stuff. And I have some stuff that's aging right now, so hopefully it will be good. I have.
Do you sell it?
Two other. No, I just drink it. I give bottles out to people.
Bro,
I think it would be great to start a meadery. That's like what I want to do when I retire. But yeah.
I will send you.
I looked into the laws. I could technically do like a small brewery thing at some point if I really wanted to. Like
operating a meadery is easier than any kind of distillery.
Yeah, I think it probably is.
Why is that, Culture Casino?
You know what, Steven?
Okay.
You know everything.
We have clarification here. Sorry, tried to cram 2 messages into 1 super chat. Okay, 2D part was my friend was lingering effects after 3 months. Okay, linger effects after 3 months. Gotcha. BuzzFeed getting HuffPost, blind leading the blind.
Absolutely. And I've heard.
And you know what? I duplicated your problem, my friend. Comics. I cannot circumvent their subscribe bologna sausage, which normally I can. So,
why'd you even try?
Shut up.
Why do you even try?
Shut up, Steven.
And then the John Beck follows up for $2. Any of you for going to Vegas meet up with Nerdrotic? I wanted to, but I'm going to end up passing. As cool as it would be to meet everybody.
I wanted to too.
Yeah. I don't know. I got stuff going on.
I wanted to
leave it at that.
I also wanted to move this year. I also wanted to go on vacation this year, and I wasn't able to do any of it because I haven't been working because of these damn lockdowns. Sorry, go ahead, Culture.
The boss and I are going to be in Vegas.
That's awesome. Good for you. Have fun. Give me pictures. I want pictures.
Part of me wants to basically save up money so I could buy some land so I can just move on to it if the world collapses.
Right.
So, dude, I have land for sale. I'll sell you an acre of the 40 I got.
Well, I'd like to have more than just a single acre. So,
all you need is an acre, dude. Oh, okay. So I've got some great hunting land.
Well, there's actually some property I've been eyeing, and it's actually pretty cheap. It's in the Texas Hill Country,
nice.
Not terribly far from where I'm at. And it's 10 acres, and they already have some stuff on there, and you can hunt on it too, which is pretty cool. But it's like one of those things like I like camping, right? And occasionally, I'll go camping with my uncle, and we'll go to a state park. But I think it'd be kind of cool. One of the things that sucks now in Texas is that in the state parks, because of the droughts that we've been going through, is they've removed all the fire pits, so you can't go and have a campfire anymore unless you're base camping. So I want a place where I can go and have a freaking campfire.
Hey,
and not have to worry about burning things down.
Buy a section. Up in there are certain parts in my neck of the woods up in the northern area where you got pine trees and deer to shoot and stuff like that. They're cheap, man. You can get a whole section, 640 acres.
Yeah, it's pretty cool because like if you want to go and live in Maine, apparently land in Maine is incredibly cheap. But
it's cold and they got snow. That.
True. Anyway. To do the jack of all casuals, $4.99. I only get my news from the Babylon Bee.
Dude, they are the most
trustworthy news outlet because yes. What is their tagline about fake news? It's freaking funny as hell. Fake news you can trust. That's it.
That's great. That is so good.
Dude, the Babylon Bee is so fucking funny.
Yeah,
it's great. Fat Steven Seagal loves booby armor for 2 Canadian pesos. Tisk, tisk, tisk. Aren't masks mandatory inside? Like I give a fuck.
Nice.
Crazy. Oh, Fat Steven, if you do me a favor, Jane Theory loves Lee Adama from Battlestar Galactica. If you could please put Lee Adama in a fat suit, because in the next couple of episodes he's going to be in a fat suit. We just want to tease Jane with that. Thank you.
Yeah, exactly.
Actually, if you could put Lee Adama in like a tryst with what's the dude's name that we all hate?
Baltar.
Gaius Baltar. Yeah,
Baltar.
That'd be tremendous.
That's
I would. Yeah, I want a Brokeback Mountain Gaius Baltar and Lee Adama. Thank you.
Soul Assassin. No campfires. How is Comet's going to make s'mores? Exactly. Well, the only problem is you can't do campfires like during the summer because it's like too fucking hot here. Like during the winter, it's fine, but it's campfires are great, man.
Yeah, dude.
It sucks not being able to do it.
I've got a cabin in the North Country. Family's got land a little bit even farther out north than that, and we got 40 acres of desert too. So, I got plenty of places to hunt and stay and hide, and I got water rights. Cool, so suck it.
That's the big thing is making sure you have water rights. That's very, very important. All right. Well, we can't do the BuzzFeed article. So
I apologize. It's all my fault. I blame me. Well, and it is Steven.
Well, funny enough, there was an article I saw the other day. I can't remember where I.
Oh wait, I got it.
But there was an article that I saw that so comics. We know late night TV sucks as it is, because like all the late night shows, the ratings tanked. But I guess Conan O'Brien just out and said, "Fuck it, he's retiring."
Are you serious?
Well, he's
Holy
doing
shit!
Conan's doing one show. He's doing a one show a week variety show on HBO Max. But yeah, he's retiring from his daily show on TBS.
Wow, dude, he's been. It's like I remember when he was doing that shit. Yeah. Nobody knew about Conan O'Brien.
Oh, dude, I fucking love Conan.
Back in the '90s, he had the Conan O'Brien show, and it's like his shit was great back then. But damn, dude.
Well, he jumped on the same train as everybody else. That's why his shit.
It went downhill. Yeah, it went downhill. Yeah, and I sent you the.
Yeah, I see it from the wrap. Let me pull that up. Oh, come on. There we go. But yeah, I mean, he jumped on the woke train, and which sucked because I always thought he was a really talented late night show host.
Yeah, I did too. The last guy that I liked, halfway liked late night was oh god, who was the Scottish guy? He was.
Oh fuck yeah! I know you're talking about. He did that.
Craig Ferguson.
Yeah. He had a show on History Channel for a while that was like Liberty or Death or something like that.
It was fucking hilarious. Like the dude didn't even try to hide it. I can appreciate it when he was sitting there And anytime he would interview like some of the smoking hot actresses, he would just
That dude was
so
great.
ham, man. It was
Yeah.
awesome.
Hang on. There's what fat suit?
Oh my God, Steven.
I sent him a DM.
Oh yeah, comic, the insult comic dog.
Oh, dude,
yeah.
so great.
Is that the name?
Triumph.
Triumph. That
Triumph.
doesn't sound right. Yeah, Triumph, the insult comic dog. Oh yeah, because Triumph.
Yep.
Yeah.
Great. Lighting campfires sounds like white supremacy to me.
Anything fun is
Yeah.
white supremacy. Oh, wait till you see that video, dude. Wait till you.
God.
Fun is perpetuating supremacy.
Do they actually say that?
I kid you not, dog. It's in there.
You know what? F them.
Mm-hmm.
I kid you not. This video, dude. It's only like 5 minutes long, and it's just a bunch of racist people saying the most racist stuff about white people.
It's insane. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
and what do they excel? What is it like? What white people excel at, or what do they excel, or what are they better than anyone else at? And like, dude, some of the answers was fun.
Okay. This what I do about hiking is white supremacy. Okay, Carrie, they're making a joke now. It's like Google.
It's true.
Whatever random thing is white supremacy or racist, and odds are you'll find an article. We were joking about, is candy corn racist?
Yeah,
and mainly because Stephen Walton is a fan of candy corn, and
Oh,
sure as hell we found an article about candy being racist.
yeah.
And it's true, because candy corn is like eating a dog's ass. It's fucking terrible.
Man, you're so
Oh my
hateful.
God, this is the world we live in. I'm waiting for the articles about black men are white supremacists.
Oh no! It happened today. There's like a link to it. It's there was one that said that straight black men are the new white men.
There was an article that was written on the Root like a couple of years ago. It said like, black men are the new white people or something like that. Yeah, it's like,
What the
Oh
fuck?
my God.
The Root is like a website I go to read, to laugh, and die a little on the inside at the same time.
Absolutely, yeah, dude. Humanity is on its way to, either a good place or a bad place. It really feels like it's a bad place right now. But
The thing that frustrates me is, it's like throughout all of human evolution and human history, we've gotten to this point of being successful. So successful, in fact, that we have to invent problems.
yeah, we have to find
And
adversity.
these invented problems are going to probably wipe us out.
Yeah. We have to find adversity. The adversity right now is not something that didn't exist up until the last few years. We invented racism. Man. Fantastic. Hey, let's have some more hate. Let's serve it up on a plate. We're going to call it critical race theory. Let's dig in. You fucking idiots. Anyway, look. So here's the weird thing about BuzzFeed, kids. This is all 100% venture capital funds from the very beginning, and let's keep throwing money at it. From First Media to everybody else, this company is the biggest bucket of what is that?
How are they
Vanity
still in
project.
business?
I don't know, dude.
Even Vox Advice
Media.
is getting nailed.
Vox is the same thing. Vox is the same thing. It's a vanity project for rich people, man. They keep kicking money in it because they don't actually have to kick all their money in it, and they hire like the most moronic human beings ever. Here's the thing: when Tim Pool was with Vice, co-founder of Vice was good, and then they weren't anymore. You know what I mean? And it's because they got rid of everybody that made the thing good, and that happens at all these companies. They take the good people that got the shit rolling, and they F it in the booty. And, like Arthur Stephen says. No. You said Star Wars is what exactly? I think you did like a whole like 2-hour video on it.
Star Wars is butt sex. That's what.
That's right, booty loving.
I said Disney Star Wars is none but butt sex. Yep.
Seriously, I want to start doing the stream wearing a straight jacket when I read this stuff, so I can do back and forth.
Okay, I'll stop interrupting.
that.
I'll stop it.
No, it's all right. Oh dear Lord. Yeah.
Actually, you can just call Culture Casino. I know. I look an awful like the Lord. Just Culture's fine.
Culture, I got to show you a picture when I had long hair. Anyway, BuzzFeed will acquire Huffington Post as part of a new deal with Verizon Media, the company's announced on Tuesday. As part of the deal, Verizon Media will have a minority stake in BuzzFeed. Interesting. While BuzzFeed will control a media network that now includes HuffPost, BuzzFeed, BuzzFeed News, and Tasty. Okay.
Tasty.
I think I vaguely remember Tasty being a thing. I think it involves food. I have no idea. BuzzFeed News and HuffPost will operate separately as distinct news organizations, according to the announcement. But Verizon Media and BuzzFeed will also syndicate content across one another's platforms, which includes Verizon's Yahoo brand. Yay. Well, the funny thing is apparently BuzzFeed is so successful that they can go and open their own movie studio because they were working on, sorry, quote unquote news organizations. So true. That they're opening a movie studio and they're going to be doing that Gamergate movie, which got criticized and I think maybe even canceled at this point.
It got crushed, dude. They announced it. That went down faster than $3 Ho on Nickel Night. That thing was done right away. It was freaking awful.
Oh man, that's so funny. That is absolutely funny. It just goes to show you, if you don't like something, you can kill it dead with a single tweet. Because that's what happened. Because Zoe Quinn wasn't happy about it. What was the other thing? Oh crap! It's like did I do a video? I did. Fuck. What was it about? I'm tired, folks. Don't mind
me. That's okay. You're tired.
Assassin's Creed Valhalla was the single
that was
tweet.
It was Assassin's Creed Valhalla.
Yeah,
the whole
dude,
thing
you did a video on it. I watched the video. Dude, I am your third biggest fan. Toxis Man Flu. Timon Flip, and then me, and then Eskimo. Oh my gosh, I mess up that name every time.
Eskimo Funo?
Yes, that's what it is. Yeah. No, I actually might be fourth, but I'm still up there. I'm in your top 5 favorite fans, just so you know.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it. Peretti, who co-founded HuffPost, then called the Huffington Post. Yes, that's what I remember it was called before they shortened it. Apparently, back in 2005, will oversee the news media network, according to the Wall Street Journal. He will also lead the search for HuffPost's next editor, a position that has been remained unfilled after
Lydia Polgry.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, Lydia Polgry stepped down in March to become the head of content at the podcast company Gimlet. Never heard of Gimlet.
Yeah, Vodka Gimlet. Yeah, she was all about the Vodka Gimlet. Absolutely.
Okay.
Oh, Jesus, man.
Okay, we're excited about our partnership with Verizon Media and mutual benefit that will come from syndicating content across each other's properties, collaborating on. Dude, you are really peaking.
No, dude, there's nothing I can do right tonight.
No, you're screwed. I'm kidding. But yeah, I don't know what it was. It just sounded like your mic was either peaking or being weird. I'm not sure, man.
It's what's funny. Most people in this chat, in this community, you could, before, when you take the words news organization, I don't think they're thinking of BuzzFeed and Huffington Post. I mean, Jesus, Bounding into Comics is a better news organization than
yeah.
loosely based news organization.
Loosely based
On facts. Going back to like what you were saying about the Gamergate article with the Gamergate movie with them. Like they in order to grow, they had to eat their own, right? So okay, but the movie that they were going to come out with, the people who got pissed off that started canceling that film were the people involved in Gamergate.
Yeah, it was Zoe Quinn and
Sarkeesian and them.
No, I didn't see anything from Sarkeesian. I saw the other one. I can't remember her name at the moment.
Oh, Brianna Wu.
Brianna Wu, thank you. That's it.
And they weren't asked. They didn't get a cut. They didn't get their cut from that drama. They created that drama, and they weren't getting their cut. So
yep, that's really what it comes down to. Is they were pissed that they weren't getting the payout.
Yeah. It's these. Oh God, the news organization, my ass.
Yeah. But culture, come back, please.
Culture. You had so many good things to say in a robotic voice. We need Max Headroom back.
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay.
That's there we go.
I'm not peeking.
Okay, you're good now.
Well, thank you.
Just don't lean too closely into the microphone. Just back off a little bit.
Yeah. He will.
Just back off the microphone a little bit.
Yeah.
No, don't do this.
That's creepy, bro.
Creepy. Do we need to make a robotic penis joke? Anyway. I'm a tumor. Sorry, random Family Guy reference. Okay, BuzzFeed. Where was I at with this article? Collaborating on innovative ads, products, and the future of commerce. Oh, I thought you guys were socialists. You don't want commerce. And tapping into the strength and creativity of Horizon Media Immersive. BuzzFeed CEO and founder Jonah Peretti.
Yep.
Said in a statement, "I have vivid memories of growing HuffPost into a major news outlet in the early years, but BuzzFeed is making this acquisition because we believe in the future of HuffPost and the potential it has to continue to define the media landscape for years to come." Whatever happened to Ariana Huffington? I thought she was the one who started it.
I don't know.
Yeah, she did, and then she got rid of it because she ran out of interest. That's the thing. Rich people start stuff, and they're like,
get bored and sell it.
Yeah.
Must have been that.
I guess so.
Well, and it does suck. I mean, and here's the thing. It's defining the media landscape. Okay, that means the media landscape is failing across the planet in every way.
Yeah. Well, and okay, I mean, we've all talked about this before, the whole thing with media and like the news, and one of the biggest issues with it is that the news is supposed to be boring. It's there to provide a public service to inform the public about what is going on in the world. And part of the problem is these actors kind of figured out that they basically can go and brainwash people by feeding them garbage.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes. But it was a narrative. It was something that was constructed, though. I mean, it's not an original idea by no means. Everything SJW, they're not even original unless they're making up a gender. You go back to, how propaganda has been dispersed throughout nations and different times throughout history. I think that the previous high point to this were the newsreels in the early 20th. But to a point in our legacy media, there was something called journalistic integrity.
Yes, there was,
and
that's basically dead at this point,
right? And it's because it's all sensationalism. That's one thing that started at MTV with the Real World, and all of a sudden you had all reality shows out there. We have a reality show television president. It's that kind of attention was taken advantage of. The idea that sensationalism is the greatest attention grabber was coupled with the idea of using a new medium that was an emerging thing at the time, internet technology, and using that to construct narratives by pounding people over the head. Pounding people over the head constantly, feeding them propaganda, coming together with other sources, other online, medias like your Facebooks and your Twitters, which only censor one side of an argument and promote the other. It has worked. It has worked. We are now having arguments about nonsense at this point, about stuff that's just been made up in the last 10 years, imaginary oppressions,
Yeah.
That's the scariest part of this to me, is the conditioning that has already taken place, and that, we people have common sense and stand up to stop it already. Go ahead, Culture. I know you're dying.
Robert Frey is saying, I blame hard copy. Honestly, I blame CNN and the invention of the 24-hour news cycle.
Really?
And the need to fill it because of advertising.
No, 100% right. Because back in the day, news was required by the federal government in order for them to relinquish the airwaves to the broadcasters. It was the one thing they had to do, to agree to do, is to provide an informational news media to the public, free of charge. It was supposed to not have a commercial entry in any form or fashion, and yet they allowed for that later on. But the goal was to provide 30 minutes to an hour per day of informational programming that gave the citizenry an update on the news of the day. It was a requirement for you to obtain your FCC license of the class of which you are a broadcaster. And those rules were later refined by the FCC over time. The FCC was formed in order to govern those rules. So they managed the radio airwaves initially, and then eventually television.
The FCC was formed by one priest who didn't want to change the channel.
Did Ted Turner create the 24-hour news channel? Didn't Ted Turner start CNN?
He did. Yeah, it was Ted Turner, 100%. Yeah, and he wasn't wrong. And at the time, you have to think about the fact that his original goal was just, to provide another sort of his broadcasting empire. He had plenty of stuff going on already. Think about all the things Ted owned at the time. And then he went on to create many other cable news channels. He realized that by creating more channels across the spectrum, he would realize more viewers and therefore more avenues. So he was a pretty bright dude when it comes to that. In every other way, guy was a complete idiot. And you don't believe me? I met the guy. Complete idiot.
Captain Planet. I think that says it all.
Captain Planet.
Ted Turner also invented Captain Planet.
That's what it was. That's what did it. That was the change.
Yeah. Culture. Do you want to share that article?
Oh, I can. I brought it up for you just because it was really interesting. This is going back a little ways into August. You know what? Shut up, Steve.
I can't help it. You're like a robot. Go ahead.
You know what? You know what? Somebody else needs to share this, and then Steven needs to find a bridge to jump off of. That's all I have to say.
My God. So testy.
Hey, it's International Men's Day. I got 2 of them, bitch.
Oh, Jesus. All right, I'm bringing it up.
See, when you have an intellect as big as my hair, you know.
All right, my face is going to get up in the screen, so I'm turning the camera off from reading this. All right, let's see. All right.
Wow, that's great YouTube. Thanks, Steven.
Yeah, I'm just pedaling along here. Well, you know what? You didn't give me a setup. You insulted me. You told me to jump off a bridge. Go build a house and make some beer.
Well, actually, I need to go scuba diving.
Is that what it is? This is from...
You just don't understand what real men do.
I thought we ate P&J and spanked off.
Here on the Comics Division YouTube channel, we do not judge men based off of what they do in their spare time.
This is the Knight Foundation. Americans are losing faith in objective media. A new Gallup Knight study explores why. This was published on August 4th, 2020 by John Sands. And there was an update on there. Update on November 9th, 2020. Gallup updated the report. Americans used 2020 to correct a methodological error. It doesn't compromise integrity, blah, blah, blah. Okay, Americans have high aspirations for news media to be trusted, independent watchdog that holds the powerful to account. Built in a new Gallup Knight study, we found the gap is growing between what Americans expect from the news and what they think they are getting. Perceptions of bias are increasing too, which further erodes the media's ability to deliver on its promise to our democracy. The landmark poll of 20,000 people found that America's hope for an objective media is all but lost. Instead, they see an increasing partisan slant in the news and a media eager to push an agenda. As a result, the media's ability to hold leaders accountable is diminished in the public eye. The study also explores the connections between political affiliation and attitude toward the media, as well as the public's view on diversity in newsrooms and the connection between the local news consumption, civic engagement, and community attachment. A hallmark of Knights Foundation's Trust, Media, and Democracy Initiative, Americans Views 2020 is a biennial report based on a poll that took place over last winter. It is one of the most comprehensive surveys on public opinion in the media and holds important implications for the future of journalism in our democracy. You can read more below or join the discussion, so here we go. Pardon me. Number 1, Americans see increasing bias in the news media. One of the primary reasons Americans don't think the media works for them is because the bias they perceive in coverage. Many feel the media's traditional role, such as holding leaders accountable, is compromised by bias, with nearly 7 in 10 Americans, 68%, who say they see too much bias in the reporting of news that is supposed to be objective as a major problem, up from 65% in 2017. They see it as their own news sources, 57%, and more than 6 in 10 are concerned about bias in the news. Other people getting the survey's fine. 7 in 10 Americans worry that owners of media companies are influencing coverage.
Wow, you think?
Yes. Well, it's good to see people are waking up.
It is good to see that people are actually discussing this and figuring this shit out, because it's like, I've been, for like the last 2 years, I've been talking about how journalists are nothing more than activists these days.
And that's exactly right. That's why we have such a problem with the way things are reported. Because it's all from an activist slant, and it sucks. I think somebody made the point one time that the last just the facts straight newsman was probably Cronkite. That when Cronkite was done in the business, that was the beginning of the end.
Did you say straight? How did you mean that? Because that's problematic.
No, dude. Oh my God, Steven. Seriously.
And after he sent this very nice super chat to Culture Casino for $5. Stop it. Despite it all, please support author Stephen Walton's Indiegogo for his new book, The Phantom Menace Volume 2. I just recently backed it, by the way.
Thank you, brother.
Also, check out his coffee enema blend.
What the hell, bro? You're spreading these lies. You are not a friend.
Sorry, I had to mute. That was a painful cough.
Oh.
It was funny. I'm sorry. That was
Culture
great.
Spread the lies. Don't listen to it, people.
No, you have a book.
No, not that half. The other half.
No, the other half is well, look, I understand you don't like to advertise the relief that you get from the coffee. But you know what? Your whole marketing is working on all these plans for you. You can't back away from this now. There's a lot of money invested in this.
Number 2, Americans think the media is pushing an agenda. 8 in 10, like Culture Casino. 8 in 10 Americans say that when they suspect an inaccuracy in a story, they worry it was intentional because the reporter was misrepresenting the facts, 52%, or making them up, 28%. Only 18% say they think the inaccuracies were innocent mistakes. And when it comes to the news sources they distrust, nearly 3/4 of Americans, or 74%, say those outlets are trying to persuade people to adopt a certain opinion. Sounds like this was pretty unbiased, like they were talking about all news media. Now, you know what I mean? Which is good. Because I'd argue the same thing for Fox News.
Oh, dude, absolutely. That's the whole reason that these kind of studies I love. Again, this is the point of view that both comics and I come from. So this is good stuff.
Scroll up that infographic a little bit because
let's do the infographic below there, dude.
Other upwards. Yeah.
There you go.
Okay.
I mean that is like 48% of independents, and obviously 67% of probably
Wow, but
conservative
it's like you look at that, the Democrats are the
Republican.
ones that trust the media the most. It makes sense because the media has such a huge left-leaning
Sure.
slant.
Yeah, they've been feeding them everything they want, all the fear porn they can eat, man. They love it.
Man, yeah. Speaking of fear porn, is that like sand porn? Because Royal Shlomo's an expert on that. We should get Tom to bring Rob on.
Oh my god. No, listen. I just want some wet ass turkey. But you're right. It's just
What is wet ass turkey?
well, there was this piece. Somebody was complaining about dry ass turkey the other day,
Dry ass.
and I said I want some wet ass turkey, some wet. So
you want the Nicki Minaj turkey, is what you want.
I'm invoking the level. I'm gonna read the super chat. That's for $5. It doesn't really get any better with the super chatter either. Hey Steven, if you use Coca-Cola as an enema, you are getting a colonoscopy.
You're also sodomized.
Oh my god, that kills. That hurts, man. You are also sodomizing yourself. Oh my god. Pretty ass. No.
Terminus is killing it.
Oh my god, Terminus, man, you're
Jesus.
You're funny, dude. Sorry, I accidentally clicked on this. Well, I'll read this anyway. not that I don't read non-super chats, because I do. LOL, look at the way they ordered it. Didn't want to show the pattern. Should have put left to right.
yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true. Yeah. Well, nothing can be completely honest. And interestingly enough, if they'd done it in alphabetical order, it would have been Democrats, Independents, and Republicans.
Yeah, I know, which would show the.
Well, the one that interests me the most here is the independent, because I consider myself independent.
Yeah, I'm an independent as well. I'm a libertarian.
Yeah, libertarian. I don't fall in those the red or the blue. I am neither a donkey nor effluent.
And so at this point,
I might be a heffalump though.
People who are not, and people may lean a certain way, but they're not partisan. 48% of them said, yeah, we know the media's a narrative. It's being used to drive a narrative and an agenda. And there's no, you can't trust what they call factual reporting. That speaks a lot. I think that would be most of the country.
Okay, this is funny.
You work for a mean or median. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Oh my god, I did notice he was drinking a Coke until you read the super chat. That's why it's so perfect, man.
The timing was beautiful.
Oh, it certainly was.
No, but if you look at the mean or the median, whatever you choose to do out here, 48%, because you take the high and the low, you throw them out. Independents, so almost 50% have an unfavorable opinion of the media.
You would expect it. Okay, at this point in time, you would expect more of it from the Republican side, because President Trump has been calling out bias in the media for a while, and it's obvious. You can see it. I think it was one of the driving factors of this still contested election that we're going through. Comes a lot from that. And Democrats, basically what 80% saying that the media can be trustworthy. Well, they've been getting fed everything they want to hear. Even if it's been incoherent nonsense and it hasn't led to anything factual.
Yeah, the funny thing about it is, it's like I remember back in the 90s when you had conservative voices. Oh, the liberal media, the liberal bias, stuff like that.
Yes,
and you're like, it's like I kind of see during that time period, I could kind of see what they're talking about, but it wasn't nearly as I think pronounced as it is today. And oh crap, who was the guy that was on Fox that got Me Too'd off? Bill O'Reilly. Yeah, I mean, he like the whole thing with he's been talking about the culture war since like the early 2000s, and I'm like, it's like, dude, what are you talking about? And here we are now. I'm like, yeah, Bill O'Reilly was right.
Yeah. I know what you mean, dude. I mean, when I was young, I listened to many different voices. I used to listen to Rush Limbaugh in the 90s.
I did too. I always thought not because I liked him, because I remember when Al Franken wrote the book, Rush Limbaugh's a big fat idiot. I got the book. I read it. I didn't even finish it. It's like, dude, it's like, it was such a shit book, and I end up listening to him. And it's like, oh, okay, I get it. It's an act. So a lot of the stuff that people were complaining about Rush Limbaugh was basically an act. And I think for the most part, if you can see through it, you get it.
Mm-hmm.
And for the most part, he even made fun of his own followers at the time that were just being blind idiots, just as much as he kind of made fun of the the left during that time period. So it's like, okay, it's like I get it now.
But I mean, there was still a measure of humility and integrity, even in commentators to a certain extent. You know, they weren't exactly newscasters, but I think that maybe the bias they were talking about then was more not coming down hard on certain things, or not, accentuating the wrongs, and maybe, shedding more light on things that were positive that these politicians were doing. But there's no comparison to today, where you can complain about a rigged election due to Russian collusion for several years.
But this year's election, 100% integrity, 100%. Right? Yeah, everything's solid. No possible cheating or wrongdoing. Nope. Everything's fine. No Russian collusion.
Which makes sense. 67% of Republicans, 20% of Democrats. Makes sense,
Well, if you take a story by today's standards, back when news reporting was news, they would say, okay, a shooting happened, suspect still at large. They give the relevant facts, and that was that. And now, a story about a shooting won't get reported unless there is a racially charged element to it. It doesn't seem to resonate anymore that a human being died. What resonates is, we'll only report that they died if the fact of the race of the person, is relevant. Otherwise, they won't even report it. And before, when a shooting happened in your community, you would know about it. But they won't do that anymore, and it's sad to see things like that, because even on network news, just factual stories when news happens is a thing of the past. You always have to have some sort of sensationalized or
But look, Drew, you and I both know that you can't craft a narrative if you're reporting every crime. You can't tell whatever story that your editor told you to create, like the guy that's in charge of CNN, if you're not being directed to cover only this event. We don't live in a world where we report the events of the day. We live in a world where we report on the events of the day that work in our favor for whatever our particular ideology or whatever is. We live in a very weird world, dude.
We really do, man. Here's the thing I find so crazy about all this shit is that, I consider myself to be a pretty non-political guy, right? And I got to the point where it's like you have to be political because of this climate that we live in. You have to be political now for some reason.
Do you ever feel like? And here's the thing: my channel is not political. I have to scold people like Steve Walton, who comes on my shows, who I have to say, dude, seriously, during the course of a live stream, even stop it. You were guilty. Shut up. On Sunday, you're a total douche canoe. It's okay. I still love you, and you're welcome every Sunday. But I can't escape it, and it's a conversation the boss and I had the other day. You can't get away from this, no matter how hard you try. No matter how hard you try, every single thing you do and every single part of your day is influenced by the political divide in this country, and you can't escape it.
No,
My
you
left hand
cannot.
used to be this way.
You cannot escape it. Culture. You're
I know
absolutely right.
It's fucking terrible, man. It really is. It's like I don't mind occasionally bringing it up, but it's like everything is just in fuck. And it's because these stupid fucking creatives made it this way too. Everything is political. Everything has to be political. It's like Kelly Sue DeConnick saying comic books were always political, and it's like no. It's you can't say that. It's like sure they occasionally dealt with certain things, but they're always balanced. They weren't preaching to you, telling you that you have to believe something, or it's just like.
Okay, how long did the show MASH go on for? How many years? Because it was like 4 times as long as
longer than the Korean War.
Exactly.
Yes.
So it went on for so damn long. But you know what? Even though it was a somewhat political television program, it didn't alienate its freaking audience.
Yeah. Well, even like All in the Family, which was a very political TV show, it presented both sides. You know,
well, Meathead was always Meathead.
Yeah, Meathead was always Meathead. I mean, and that was the thing is it made fun of both of them too, because Archie was this kind of like cranky, curmudgeonly. I would call him a bigot. He wasn't a racist.
He was a bigot. For sure.
Yeah, he was absolutely a bigot. And then you had the he represented what they kind of viewed the right as, and then you had the left being represented by was it Gloria? Is that the daughter? And Meathead.
Yeah, and then at the same time, they introduced the Jeffersons before they got their own spin-off television program on the Archie Bunker Show, All in the Family, right? And so it's one of those things. And the guy that played the bigot was the nicest human being on the planet that had no ill will towards anyone in the entire world. And I
also loved him in Heat of the Night.
Yeah. Oh God.
Yes.
Was it Carol O'Connor? Was that his name?
Yeah, Carol O'Connor. Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
great actor.
Dude,
a man named Carol, still a great man.
Yeah,
hey, dude, a boy named Sue, or an author named Walton. Whatever.
Yeah. Toxic Man Food for $5. These polls are almost exclusively internet polls, highly inaccurate and wide open to bias answers and answer spamming.
To a certain extent, Gallup polls are usually widely accepted by both sides. Pew Research polls are widely accepted by both sides. At least when you're looking at the left and the right. Here's the biggest problem: we now know, based on actual scientific data, that those on the right will never give you exactly the answer that they're actually thinking anymore.
Yeah.
Because they don't trust you.
Pi Diddley said that.
That's true. That's also very true.
Pi Diddley says that Carol was a male name decades ago.
It was.
Then it went unisex. I never know another man named Carol.
Yeah, Carol O'Connor, man, he was in a lot of good stuff. In the Heat of the Night. Oh God!
I kind of feel like the TV show is better than the movie.
What, In the Heat of the Night?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, absolutely, it was.
Wait a minute, are you talking about Bruce Willis Heat of the Night?
No,
was that what that was called?
No,
that was one of those gender bending, amazing movies that I enjoyed. That went through the whole gender.
Well, that was like the whole thing is that the movie it dealt with racism.
Yeah, you're
and to an extent, so did the TV show.
Oh, yeah. I'm thinking of different Bruce Willis films.
You're thinking of the movie Color of Night.
Color of Night, yeah, that's right.
Which by the way had a hot ass actress named Jane Marchen, and I would
that played a dude.
Fucking love that again.
Yeah.
Okay, Terminus S for $5. Speaking of turkeys. If you cross a turkey with a chicken, the male offspring would be a cock gobbler.
Yeah.
Dude, I love Terminus S.
Oh, Terminus, man. Terminus is great.
Between Terminus S and freaking Toxic, man, it's amazing. In fact, I think Terminus and I are going to be on Mary's Patreon stream tomorrow, I think.
Ooh,
on Friday.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right, Heather, what?
Oh, okay.
I had an uncle named Carol.
No shit.
Oh, yeah. Cool.
No idea. I had no idea. I thought it was
Yeah,
the
well,
strangest
you
thing
know,
when I
you-
knew his name was Carol.
You're very. You know what? You are a bigoted human being.
I don't
dude.
trust men named Terry either.
Oh,
That's
that's
a girl's
funny
name.
for reasons I can't say online.
You realize Hulk Hogan's first actual name was Terry, right?
Terry Bollea, yeah.
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 No, his name is Hulk Hogan.
No, dude, you oh my god, you ignorant. You're ignorant. You're ignorant.
I'm gonna read this article. Would you like me to
Steve's
keep
not
going?
on. Steve's better at Michael. If Steve can do a perfect Michael Jackson.
Oh, we
You're
can.
ignorant. Oh god, yeah, it's amazing.
That's
I love
hilarious.
Steve.
All right, so
We're never making it through this.
we're
No.
not, but I
Okay.
do want to talk about the whole thing with Cowboy Bebop. So let me find that
Okay.
article real
All right.
quick so we can talk about it. And I
Damn.
feel bad
Yes,
because the actor who's playing the character liked my post about this.
I'm okay with covering it because I don't have to cover it going after the actor.
Well,
It doesn't
no,
have
I'm not
anything to do
going
with
after the actor either.
Yeah.
I mean,
Are you
more
gonna give
more
this
power
article-
to them because I can't blame them for wanting to take the part. I just have an issue with what they've done to the character.
right? And that's perfectly reasonable, in my
are you
opinion.
saying you're going to give this article the shaft on International Men's Day?
Oh, shut up, Steven.
You know, I think Steven, you're in the right vein.
All right,
No, something's
You're,
getting
you're,
shafted.
you're pointing. You're pointing the right direction.
gotcha. Amen.
All right.
I'm not doing any more.
Dude, you're wearing an amazing hair helmet.
You like it?
All I have to say, basically, is if you stumble onto this live stream, we're not crapping on you. We're crapping on the show.
Yeah.
I don't blame you as an actor
No.
for taking this part.
No.
We don't care that you're non-binary,
No,
but it's not the character. Okay, that's the biggest issue. I'm sorry, I have to say this because like I said, he liked the tweet I put out about the stream. So
Gotcha.
I-
I don't
Hey,
want to
respect,
be watching
respect.
and thinking that we're totally
Listen.
crapping on them.
Oh,
Your
no.
brother, or is that the right thing to say? Look, whatever it is, all opinions are welcome. All
Dude,
opinions, all
we are
perspectives
a
are welcome.
big freaking lunch table. If
Yeah,
I
man.
mean, yeah, we have transgender members. We have everybody.
We got
Everybody
Culture
is
Casino. That's the strangest cat we have. I mean, look, as long as you're good, it don't matter, right? As long as you're a good person. it
So
don't
anyway,
matter.
I was out with the series when they cast Ein as another type of dog. Ein in Cowboy Bebop is a Pembroke Welsh corgi.
Yeah,
And
I know,
I think they
know.
did a German Shepherd for the TV show. I was like, I'm out. Fuck it out.
Dude, and you know what? I actually get that because I am such a fan of the anime that if they changed anything, it was going to be hard for me because you know I thought they got the lead role 100%. They friggin' nailed it, right? I'm thinking, okay, I can believe this, but at the same time, how are they going to make this the primary character able to
What?
chain smoke?
Yeah.
I mean, it's part of the character. You have to lean into this stuff, and if you don't, then you're not representing things well, in my opinion.
Yeah.
That sounded more like an opinion.
Yeah. Anyway, Cowboy
But-
Bebop, Gren will be non-binary in the Netflix live-action series.
Okay.
Iconic Japanese anime Cowboy Bebop won't stop breaking barriers in its new live-action series. Why are they breaking barriers?
I don't know, but if that's a picture of the actor, he kind of looks like an anime character.
Like I said, I don't have a problem with them casting.
No, man.
Yeah, he's got that look.
Yeah.
I would say.
Well, the other thing too, this is kind of my problem with where we're going. It's like, do you want to be limited to just non-binary roles? Yeah, that's kind of my issue with some of this.
I
this
think
stuff.
if you're an actor, you can play anything.
Exactly, that's my
Whoa,
point, right?
Whoa.
Shut up, Steven.
You've got to be exactly what it is. If you're voicing a cartoon character
No,
that's
dude.
black,
No,
you got to be a black person.
No. That's
If you-
myopic. That's bigotry.
You're
Fine.
triggering.
So,
right
so
now.
essentially, at this point, with that kind of attitude, you can't cast a black man to play a white man, and they've done this. They did that in Rebels. one of the actors
Oh,
was
dude,
black.
they've been doing it everywhere. They've been doing it everywhere. It's
fucking ridiculous.
I hate being libertarian sometimes.
Why? Being libertarian is a good thing.
No, it's because I always find myself trying to defend bullshit that I don't want to defend. Even though I will gladly defend your freedom to believe in said bullshit. It's freaking frustrating. I hate it.
And I think let's see. Criticizable the craze.
Yes.
We agree with you. We think that the actor actually does look like Gren.
Yes.
The issue is that Gren is not non-binary.
Right.
The story behind Gren is that he ends up being forced to take a drug that basically kind of makes him transgender.
Yeah.
More intersex than anything else because he doesn't identify as a woman. But he ends up growing tits. And,
Right.
Yeah. The character ends up growing tits and being
here's
very
the thing.
androgynous. So the character is actually intersexed.
Are they
Exactly.
nice?
And if Mason Alexander is actually presented with a black wig that represents the character better, that would be great. Because if you know anything about anime, white hair means you're a bad guy.
Yes, and that's the whole thing. Vicious has white hair. So I guess that explains. I didn't know that if you have white hair, you're a bad guy. That makes a lot of sense now.
Does that mean the hair is racist in the anime?
No, it just means okay. So look, in everything that's in pop culture, there are tropes. They exist for a reason. Stereotypes, archetypes. You're a writer. You should know some of this. But anyway, so those things exist. I can't even do it with. I fucking love you. I hate doing that.
No,
so anyway.
Go ahead,
but white hair, you're almost exclusively a bad guy, which is why when I watched Harry Potter and Lucius Malfoy has white hair,
right.
I'm like, oh, well, that makes a lot of sense, right? So, but there are certain things and archetypes that exist in this type of storytelling. So, as long as a black wig is placed on this person that looks remarkably similar, and this is the thing. You cast an actor to play a character that looks like it's going to fit perfect in the role.
Just
If you didn't tell me this person was non-binary, do you think I would give 3 legs and a breast? I wouldn't give you the freaking church's chicken meal. I wouldn't care. It's I don't know.
Well, I didn't realize that they cast Faye Valentine with a Mexican American actress. I thought Faye was supposed to be Japanese.
Yeah, well, and also not fitting traditional hair color as well. Okay, you know what? I'm going to sit down and wait for the rest of the article.
Man, very aggressive. Look, I thought he had the look of an 80s hairband rock star. I just,
Oh, dude, look, absolutely glam bands? Freaking love.
Yeah, he's a glam band. Yeah,
yeah, dude, Poison. Oh, yeah, dude.
All right, let me grab the super chat because it kind of deals with what we're talking about.
Okay.
All right, Mr. Tickle Trunk for 5 Canadian pesos. The point is that someone's gender shouldn't matter for the character. You're an actor. I agree. Fans just want to become the OG character. Not to change. Yeah, fans just want you to become the OG character, not to change. Exactly. I agree. I mean, I don't care. If as long as they do a good job playing the part, that's what I'm fine with.
Well, I mean, are we talking about if we had a redone scene of I don't know, a prince and a princess and they're both dudes? I might notice a difference. That's not a woman. That's not a female. Something like that. But overall,
yeah, we weren't looking for a sword fight on that scene, is what you're trying to say.
That's what I'm saying. The princess prince or whatever. I don't know. Now, what I'm saying is, an actor should just be playing a role. Shouldn't matter. I don't care what whatever it is at home. If you're coming in to play a role, as long as you play it well and you're doing it to entertain and to fulfill the ambiance of the character, the lore of the character, it shouldn't matter. Shouldn't matter what you are. I agree with that. Yeah.
It's like the other thing too. I talked about how I've done film stuff, and I used to work with an actor. The actor was gay, and he would get cast as playing straight characters.
Well, I've known. Hey, man, We're all made of different types. I've known a lot of gay dudes that were.
Wait a minute. Right now, that doesn't jive nowadays, bro.
Yeah.
Why not?
Also, Mr. Tickle Trunks for another Canadian pesos, 5 Canadian pesos. If I was an actor, I'd be pissed about the article. My acting talent should be the concern. I agree.
Yes. Yeah.
This is your craft. I want to be judged on performance. Yeah, exactly. That's how you're supposed to be. It's like anybody in their specific field, right? You want to be judged by how well you do the job, not based off of your identity.
Oh, absolutely.
And that's the thing that kind of like drives me nuts because of the things I've seen in the modern workplace is that, it's the whole identity as virtue. And that's the thing. It's just kind of ridiculous. And this is what's kind of playing into it. And not only that, the issue too is the fact that they're changing the character to fit the actor,
right?
Who's playing? Because I'm curious to see what they're going to do with the character.
Look, I don't care if you're a special kind of gay. Me, non-binary just means bisexual, and now we already had that. I've already dealt with that. I don't care if you're bisexual, but don't change the character and make the character bi. Because that's going to piss off your fandom, your people who may be invested in this character, in this universe, in this lore. That's been the main problem with many of the IPs that we are seeing right now. That they're the legacy IPs that are failing. And because of things just like that.
Here's the thing: and Robert Frey saying, "I'm not excited for the live action Cowboy Bebop." Neither am I. Like I said, and I was out when they changed the dog. Okay. When they changed the breed of the dog. Ed and I are like my favorite characters in the series. And the fact that you changed the freaking dog pisses me off.
Damn.
Yeah. I mean, they can't help themselves. They always have to go woke. And that is just, I think the thing that pisses off and makes people fear reboots and adaptations of anything like comic IPs, things like that, because they can never just stick to the spirit of what the property is. That's why there's a lot of fans, including myself, when they're talking about that Halo series that they're going to make, people are scared to death it's going to suck because everybody is expecting a turn to wokeness,
a big woke mess. The problem is, and that's a good point, sir, because the real problem, the real issue is that they take these established things that have financial viability, that have an established audience or fandom or customer, and they have to repurpose those to push these types of identity politics instead of creating their own. Because as we've seen time after time, when they create their own based on this, it fails.
But this is going to sound weird, but it's true. I don't care. I don't care if this actor plays this character, if they play this character the way this character is represented in the original anime. Don't care. Yeah. The look of this actor resembles the look of the character.
Yeah, I have to admit that. Yeah.
I mean, the look is pretty uncanny.
That's pretty good.
Real quick, let me grab this not super chat. Let me grab this regular chat. Carrie, they should have timed this news for International Non-Binary Day for greater effect. Great show, guys. Sorry, can't get my super chat payment to work. Hey, don't worry about it. It's all good.
It's great. And Carrie, I just want to say I really truly appreciated your appearance. I know I said it at the beginning of the show.
I appreciate you hanging out with us for like 2 hours and 13 minutes. That's pretty cool.
And I'm a huge anime fan, and when I see stuff like this, as long as they do a good job representing the thing that I grew to love, that's all I care about. It's the same thing with Star Wars, Star Trek, Battlestar Galactica. It's the same thing. If you were going to remake MASH, if you were going to remake Friends, things I grew up. Cheers. If you represent those characters well, if you're able to convince me that you did doing it. Could boot John McClane with a younger person, power to you. I think you can. But
I don't think that's the thing. I don't.
They wouldn't create that.
It's not going to work. I hate reboots. Occasionally, they manage to smuggle out a gem, but for the most part, I'm sick of reboots. I'm sick of soft reboots. All this nonsense.
Yeah.
What I want to see is original stories, and that's the thing that we all want, right?
But
and here's the thing: it's like I'm a big fan of Cowboy Bebop, and the ending is just so freaking powerful.
It is.
It is. It's so good. It is such an appropriate ending for the series, and I don't know what they're planning on doing with the series. It's one of those things that you don't have to adapt it, but for some reason they are. It's perfect the way it is, and it doesn't need to be messed with.
No,
that's how I feel about it.
I was never super into anime, but I was into one of the best anime precursors there was when I was a kid, and that was Robotech. I can only imagine if they,
Thundercats.
If they did a. I could just imagine if they did a live action Robotech now. I would be scared to death that for them to do that now.
They already fucked it up in the Titan comics. Titan did it. Holy shit, Ishii's here.
I always thought
Ishii's really here. Hi, Ishii.
What's up, Ishii?
I always thought, hey,
Ishii, it's going, man.
Well, finally got my internet connection back, so I thought I'd drop in and say hi.
Awesome, man.
Hi,
Better off.
I caught a little bit of your stream earlier.
Ishii,
Cool.
Ishii, you and I have something to talk about when it comes to the interwebs at some point in the near future. I've learned some inflammation.
Really?
When I was not here for a period of this stream.
And
by the way, your mic is not peaking, so you could probably lean into it a little bit more. So you're probably good.
You want me to lean
Me?
into it?
No, I'm talking to Culture Casino. He's been having.
Hey, comics, how you doing, baby?
So, Culture, is this like a off the air kind of thing?
Oh yeah, we have to talk about it off the air.
Okay.
So what have you been up to, man? How's the house coming along?
Well, we got 2 rooms painted. We're now working on the living room. I'm reconstructing my office at this point.
Nice.
So
nice.
it's kind of a bizarre situation where you've got so much money budgeted specifically to fill the house with furniture, and you're kind of weighing the balance of, well, do I spend this on survival gear or do I?
Oh, dude, yeah, I kind of like that. I've been doing that too. It's like, do I spend it on survival gear?
Dude, the food budget went up 400%. Not because I'm consuming more food.
Yeah, because more food is going into the pantry. Yeah,
it is, dude.
Oh man, I've been adding mods to my Jeep.
Really?
Yeah, I have I have a Molly Webbing. I'll take a picture. I'll show you guys. Tailgate. So I have some pouches there. I got like a pretty decent axe that's mounted on there too.
Nice.
I bought a secure lid for the back, so I can actually lock stuff in the Jeep now. So I could actually have a go bag, and I also have a another secure. It's not like a safe. It's just like a lock box, so I could actually keep one of my firearms in there if I really want to. But since I'm home all the time, it's not like I really need to keep a gun in my car. There's one not too far from me. So, but yeah, I have that. I've been turning it into the bug out Jeep just in case.
Dude, the big pickup is red to go. Red to go. Both toolboxes are good. They are stocked. There's ammo. I'm good.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure I own more 5.56 than I will probably ever need, potentially. I don't know.
Dude, you got to fire that stuff off, man. You can't have dirty
I do. I need to go to the range. I'm off tomorrow. I think that's probably one of the things I'm going to do on vacation is actually go to the range, because I went through the process. I built my new AR, and I haven't even shot it yet. So I need to do that.
Do some work, dude. Do some work. Don't let that stuff get dirty.
Yeah. So, But yeah, I hear you, Ishii. It's like I already have a bit of my each paycheck is budgeted towards certain prepping items.
Yeah, I hear
Yeah,
you.
well, yeah, it was like, okay, do we buy another bookcase, or are we going to get the solar panel?
Oh, dude, yeah. Dude,
Yeah, so we're doing that.
96 watts
96
time.
watts
at a time.
Okay. And then the other one was we are now getting steel or aircraft grade aluminum security screens that aren't really screens at all. They're a sheet of metal with holes punched in it that just look like a screen.
Damn.
Nice.
So yeah, it looks like a regular screen door till you get close to it, and apparently it'll stop shotguns.
Nice.
Damn.
Oh, wow. There you go.
That is awesome.
Yeah.
All right, I've had a couple of super chats lingering I need to get to real quick. So Mr. Tickle Trunks for 5 Canadian pesos. Fans of comics, cartoons, sci-fi, etc. already don't care what you are. Absolutely true. We've never really kind of cared until people started forcing us to not care even more. We only care if the material is faithful and the job is done well. Fuck Vulture. Yeah, I hear you. And he has another one for another Canadian $5. I have insomnia, so I'm extra irritated. Yeah, I hear you, man. Good news for comics. Bad news for my wallet. I respect the actor, but not the narrative. This isn't a barrier. Yeah, that's exactly. That's the thing. This is not a barrier. This is not, a glass ceiling that is being broken.
No.
It's,
Complete virtue signature.
yeah. To say that certain people are being underrepresented on television now is pretty ridiculous. Because you could literally change the channel and find somebody who looks like you these days.
How do you keep catching up with all the representations when they keep making up different stuff all the time?
Yeah, there's that.
Well, on that note, gents, it's after 2 a.m. here. I need to bounce and get some rest. So thanks for allowing me to participate on this esteemed panel and esteemed channel.
Hey, Drew, it's good to see you again, man. I hope you're doing well. I'm glad you're doing the Pegasus Actual again.
Yeah, it's nice to have that back going every Thursday, and it's a fun show to do, and it's needed right now because we're actually talking about something good on television.
Very relevant. Yeah, the end of season 2, there was an election issue. It was an election episode.
Well, the funny thing too is that there's actually a lot of stuff that they covered in that series that was, pretty political for its time, because, when that series was made, it was made during the Bush era. We had the Iraq War. Yep. There was the episode that dealt with suicide bombing. There was some political stuff in it, but it didn't beat you over the head. It was actually interesting to show the perspective of the suicide bomber.
But Ron allowed you to draw your own conclusions.
He did.
Yeah. He did. So, yeah.
Yes,
he was very conscious about that. And he's even talked about it in interviews and some of the behind the scenes stuff. If any of you out there have the Blu-ray set of BSG, you can see that.
I need to pick it up.
But it's but yeah, I thought that at the time there's a reason why a lot of people call it the pre-Game of Thrones before there was Game of Thrones. It was the best thing on television, and there's a reason why for that. So it's nice to go back and revisit it and cover it, and I'm glad to be doing that every Thursday. It's nice. But I want to thank everybody in the chat for supporting Comics Division and keeping this great channel going, for supporting all of us around the community, for your prayers and personal support towards myself and my mother during the trying times we're going through. Thank you so much. And make sure you catch us Thursday on the Pegasus Actual podcast on my channel if you're not subbed. please, you're welcome to sub and enjoy those podcasts on Thursday with us, myself and Steven and Culture Casino. And one of these times I'm going to have to get comics on there. But,
Just let me know, man. I'll make it.
But yeah, take care, everyone.
Peace, brother.
Take care,
Peace and
man.
love. All right. Talk soon.
Latest, Drew. Beware the Drew.
What a dick.
Take care,
Oh,
man.
he's still here. Oh,
All right. So Steve is saying political themes isn't the same as political focus. Hollywood has forgotten that. And the funny thing, too, is that Heather Heard also said the same thing. Political themes aren't the same as political agendas.
right.
Also very true.
It comes down to creative writing. In that series, you just had you had these themes represented, but they weren't relevant to anything at that time. Even though you could look at it as it was not that long after the 2000 election debacle, which drug out for a couple of weeks, but it didn't hit on that, So
they didn't really have to. But here's the thing. Look, Ron did a good job with the show.
Yeah, he did.
And here's the thing: as a writer, you don't have to introduce the solution or your conclusion. You only have to introduce the concept, the idea, and that's why, again, in Star Trek, Gene Roddenberry was brilliant. He introduced these ideas. This is a utopian society. Scarcity no longer exists.
That's honestly the only way you can get an actual utopian society is if scarcity doesn't exist.
Yeah,
right.
because
the utopia that the SJWs are trying to create is going to be a fucking dystopia.
Yeah, because you have X number of elements and resources, and you have access to X number of elements and resources, and you can't produce any more of elements and resources unless you have some form of labor to do those things. Whereas in Star Trek, they solved that whole problem. Your replicator used elements just at an atomic level to create and remove the idea that there was some form of labor required. So it's just different. It doesn't exist in our world. If it ever does, then the world could be very different. The way we exist could be very different. But for
It would be great if these things did exist. And that's the other thing too. Tim Pool always talks about is the fact that a lot of these people believe we're already living in a post-scarcity world. It's like, no, we're not. We are definitely better at survival at this point. We are definitely better off than areas in the third world, but we don't live in a post-scarcity world.
No, we don't. Now we have plenty. This country is the
plenty. That's a good way of putting it.
Plenty.
Yeah.
Post-scarcity doesn't exist anywhere on the planet.
No.
So.
Well, the reason they think we live in a post-scarcity environment at all is a lot of them are upper-class kids who had everything provided.
Mm-hmm.
That's 100% right.
Yeah.
Of course, we also live in a nation where we're so profitable that poor people are fat.
Yeah.
Oh God, yeah.
And we shit in clean water.
Right. Right. Oh, first world problems.
Dude, I have traveled the world, and these are definitely issues elsewhere. So it's like I said, when you come home, there's no feeling. This is the weird thing about being American is when you come home, you're like, oh yeah, thank God I'm home. Even after an amazing vacation, after a trip, you are relieved when you arrive back in the safety and security of the existence that you rely on a day-to-day basis. There's not a lot of other countries in the world. Now there are several. I'm not saying, but but not a preponderance of countries in the world where they would feel the same way.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
And a lot of them seem to be on the fast track of undoing that. You remember when Sweden was a nice place?
Yeah.
Wow, man.
Yeah,
Wow.
Sweden. That's the
descent into dystopian socialism, communism, whatever ism they happen to be representing at any point in time. I mean, that's an argument my stepdad and I have all the time. Is communism socialism or socialism communism? Because one is not the other in ever. But they're the same.
Yeah.
at certain points.
Mhm.
So it is. So that's always fun. So this is the these are arguments libertarians have.
Yeah.
So but you know, Sweden has gone out of their Norway is fast on their heels.
Well, the funny thing about Sweden is that the fact that they're letting all these refugees in, they're doing it because they don't want to be looked at as being racist. But what they've done is they stuck all these refugees in ghettos. So it's created this environment where, you know, they're not integrating them in society. They're not making them really, you know, citizens.
That would be oppressive.
It's actually pretty fucking racist, actually. But the only reason why they're letting them in is because they don't want to be perceived as being racist. But they're not doing anything really to help these people. It's pretty sad.
Yeah, it's really weird. We live in dude, this world is nuts, man. I had a beautiful point to make like 5 minutes ago, but my brain, because I've been streaming for 12 hours today, it's gone.
Got stream brain.
It was amazing. It was like the most eloquent and brilliant thing I've ever said on a live stream, and I don't have it.
It would have brought world peace, cured AIDS, got rid of cancer.
What do you think? I'm Joe Biden?
And Culture
Come on,
Casino just fucked it all up. Yeah, that Biden speech today was pretty funny.
Oh, dude, yeah.
When he was stuttering.
Oh my god. Oh fuck. I gotta find this because Scott does a perfect. I'll be right back.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah. That it's like I really am looking forward to the inauguration because I want to see him mumble his way through it. I really do. I just want to go look at my wife and go, "This is the guy you voted for." And that's when she relieves me.
Now the question is, will he even make it to the inauguration, or will he drop dead before that?
Well, that's the thing. It's pretty funny because you know, Dear Joe Biden was trending today, and I made my snarky comment, and of course everyone replied back with, "You know, he's not going to make it." It's like, yeah, I get it, but Dear Kamala Harris or Dear Harris wasn't trending today. It's like I can't make a joke about that,
right?
Necessarily. But
no, he's got to be in there for a couple weeks before they, you know, put Harris in there. That's what's going to happen. That's what's going to happen. Okay,
before I share your screen, Culture, or what you have pulled up, let me grab the super chat from Terminus S. 2 American greenbacks. So, Steven, did I cause any animosity with you? I don't know how to say animosity with animosity. There we go. Animosity with you. Oh, God.
Dude, you white people bust me up. That's all I got to say about that. All right.
Okay, what you got here?
This is Scott's impersonation of Biden. Are you ready?
All right, I'm ready.
Brilliant. I fucking love Scotty. Scotty's my boy.
Scott's great.
Oh, wait. How do you hit play on this shit?
Oh, my God, you drunk bitch.
Fuck you right in your ear hole, douche canoe.
Great, we can't hear nothing.
Will he figure it out?
That's awesome, bro.
Oh, you didn't share audio.
Really appreciate that. That was a great setup for a joke. Yeah.
I got to do my impersonation of Odin. Oh, well, there's this thing. I forgot to share the audio.
You know, if Steven,
what, man?
You could probably die in a fire.
God, you're harsh. You're testy today.
He really
is.
I got but well, he's been streaming for 12 hours, man. Cut him some slack.
Yeah. Cut me some slack.
Did you hit the audio button yet?
Shut up.
No, like 100 people waiting right now.
Oh my God. Okay, you ready?
Ready.
Oh, okay. Here we go. Fuckers.
Awesome.
Still not hearing anything.
Loving it, bro.
The hell?
Loving it, bro.
Bird, squirrel, rabbit. I need a nap.
Yeah, that was basically it. Yeah, we read it at least. Thanks, Culture. That was.
Did you hear it or you?
No, we didn't. We didn't hear it.
God damn, son of a bitch, motherfucking shithead.
Always, sir. Not always, but
man, thank you for the high production value, Culture. You're really making us look good in front of comics. And Ishi's here.
Yeah, and I'm here.
Yeah.
You're just making us look bad before the world.
Terrible. At 2:30 in the morning. What's
that?
Yeah,
it's like 1:19 for me. It may be 2:30 for you.
Yeah, it's 2:30.
If you slightly live in the future.
Just slightly.
Only slightly.
Yeah, I'm not an Australian. I'm not living in tomorrow.
Yes, and Carrie Smith is here. Maybe here. I think she's still here.
Look, I don't know why she would be. I freaking boomered the hell out. I'm like freaking Gary times X now. I mean, like X, solve for X at this point. Okay, look, I'm gonna do it one more damn time.
No,
I'm gonna share a browser window with freaking audio. Shut up, Steven. Steven, you know what? Seriously, I can find a cliff for you. That's all I gotta say.
You can find a cliff that you can push them off for him.
That's right. It's gonna look like an accident. Uno más, por favor.
Okay, it has the little audio icon, so it looks like you have audio shared.
God damn. Fuck.
What does Joe Biden think about Lego erasing cops? I don't fucking know.
You know what Joe Biden thinks? Joe Biden thinks, you know what you need to do, Lego? Bird, squirrel, rabbit. I need a nap.
Did it work that time?
Yeah,
it worked.
Friggin' Scott's brilliant, and he's not wrong. The dude today, the biggest gaffe I've ever seen in my life was him trying to like have a sentence. It was amazing. So he doesn't have a teleprompter or a frontal lobe, and he tries to talk for like 2 minutes. It's the most embarrassing thing I've ever seen. Do you have it? Please tell me you have it. I sent it to you.
You did. Let me pull it up real quick.
Want me to get it? Oh.
Yeah.
I can help. I know culture throws people for a loop when it takes 3 times to share a video with sound.
Steven.
I just have to go and scroll back through like the 40. Here we go. I found it. 40 freaking things
I sent you a bunch of shit today. Stuff.
Oh, I sent a bunch of shit too. So I had to go and scroll back and find it. So
Put
says, yeah.
Put $1 in the swear jar.
I know. Dude, you know how many times I said a bunch of bad words today. I know I
already broke my rule about starting my other channel. Here we are talking about politics again. All right.
We talked a lot about with the governors about what the immediate needs are. We're going to employ the Defense Reconstructive Act to be able to go out there and dictate companies build and do following things. We need much more testing. We need much more masking. We need gloves. I asked them each to go, and I asked the National Governors Association through the Governor Cuomo and the ones on the line to let us know what their shortages are.
Okay. I can't hate on him too much, man, because I talk like that when I'm really tired.
But he's always tired. I mean,
dude's living in a basement. He's getting naps all the fucking time.
That's the joke, okay? Is the fact that I talk like that when I'm tired. He talks like that when he's awake.
America, Trump was that much of an a-hole that you had to hire this moron?
Dude,
leader of the free world. Okay, let me correct that. Potential leader of the free world.
No, man, dude, he's not making it to Inauguration Day.
No.
I'm sorry.
Come on, man.
All right, maybe he might make it that far. I'm just saying, it ain't gonna be long. He's gonna get tafted. There's gonna be some issues. Things are gonna happen.
Are you kidding, bro? You know what I think? I think that's perfect. That is the perfect malleable puppet to have in there.
I agree. I think that's exactly why he got elected.
Yeah, he's a puppet. Trump didn't look. Whatever you think of him, and I have a couple issues with him. Whatever you think of him, he didn't take shit. He didn't take anything from anybody. He was not malleable. They weren't gonna. Nobody was gonna bully him.
He told people the truth. I will not work within this system. I'm going to dismantle this system.
Yeah. Right. And then they put a puppet in there. So they forced a puppet in there.
Well, yeah, but you can't see anybody's hands up his ass. My point is that he ain't gonna last that long because you can't talk like that, and no one in their right mind's gonna take that seriously. I mean, seriously, that guy is the laughing stock of the planet. He can't form a sentence.
I had no idea what the fuck he was talking about.
No.
He was talking about forcing corporations to make whatever he tells them to.
Yes. Thank
Seriously.
you, Ichi. He just translated Biden.
Oh, that's
Very
not
well.
communist at all.
No, I kind of got that, but it's like what he was saying was so inconsistent. You're like, what are you talking about? Gloves, mask, what?
Here are things we don't have a shortage of: gloves, masks.
No, we actually don't. Not right now. We did earlier.
Yeah, because we ran into a problem where our infrastructure items are being manufactured outside of this country.
Yeah, and that country that was manufacturing them basically said, no, we're not going to send them to you anymore because
they
we need
turned
them.
a freaking cargo ship around.
Yeah.
Now I sound like Dr. Evil. But
Okay,
yes,
here's what
they
happened
did.
to his brain. I'll
They
be honest.
turned a
This is my
freaking
opinion.
cargo ship around.
He says, "I'm going to," and he says, "We're going to impose." And then he says, then clearly his brain schismed and realized that doesn't sound good. He went to the
Yeah.
next word, enforce. Then it was, excuse me, employ the defense, reconstruct the act. See, he obviously hit something that he knew wasn't right, and he's no longer coherent enough, and his mind isn't fast enough to do the politician switch
to
over.
correct. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the thing that was really funny, it's like when he
telling
was
the truth,
talking,
shit.
he wanted to say we were all created, under God, but he realized that he couldn't say
The
it
thing.
because like the left is like so anti-religious.
Yeah.
So he
You know,
goes,
the
the thing.
the thing. The fuck
Yeah.
is the thing, dickhole? Look,
God is the thing. And yes, Ishii is correct.
here's the thing. A lot of people will tell you I'm not often lost. I at a loss for words, right? And right
we
now,
can't shut you up.
shut the.
Is it honestly at this point? Is it too late to become a supervillain? Liquid
I'm already
hot
there, dude.
magma.
Dude, if that were a paying job, I would consider it right now because I think I could foil the plot of the Bidenist folks.
Anyway,
I'm gonna get
yeah.
sharks with lasers.
Yeah. Is it too difficult to ask for sharks with freaking laser beams on their freaking heads? That's my terrible Dr. Evil impersonation.
Better than me.
Yeah.
Than me. Oh my God, we didn't even get into boob armor while I was on here.
Oh, shit.
Somebody was asking about Mandalorian. Do you want to talk about Mandalorian real quick?
Okay.
I would
boob
always
armor?
talk about breasts.
Yeah, but before we get there, and because Terminus Est is in the chat, Terminus, I'm pretty sure that show that I was mentioning has jumped to the next level of production because there are 3 spec scripts going forward. So fully expect to see a lot more of your favorite Sackhoff.
So you could say that the Mandalorian is going to be Katie Sackhoff from now on.
No. I'm okay. So I've been saying this from the beginning, and I will say it here on this show. We're launching no level 3 backdoor pilots. Do you know who else can confirm that? Script Doctor.
Yeah.
And
he mentioned it in his review.
He did, but he didn't mention what was happening. So I'm going to say this: the owls are going to fly. I'm going to say that Filoni's favorite is going to also move forward, and a miniseries based on another party will actually not just come to fruition, but possibly go beyond the miniseries that they originally envisioned. And they've almost completed the scripts for the Obi-Wan show.
What does any of that have to do with homosexual aviators? Didn't you say backdoor pilots? I'm confused. Maybe it's late.
I applaud you, sir. That is ambitiously twisted. I love it.
Oh, dude, that was perfect. I Heather heard what? I like good bra. I support Boob Armor, and it supports me.
Talk about some boobies.
Look, okay. Let's get beyond the armor of the boobage. we all have developed with certain biology. That said biology needs to be protected. Certain of us have protrusions and things that exist in different areas. Therefore, we have to accommodate those areas.
Yes.
And there's nothing more than that to it.
Well, the weird thing is that the supposed boob armor wasn't even the traditional complaint. They usually complain about boob armor, and it has a certain look.
Yeah,
it didn't have that look.
It looks like boobs.
Yeah, it just obviously that's how the costume fit her. It was made to fit her, right? And the strange thing is that right now there's a real problem with ballistic armor that fits women with boobs.
Yeah, I actually brought that up in my my video about it. And not only that, I mean, because they actually there's articles written as far back as like I think it was like 2012.
Yeah.
Where they basically are introducing body armor that fit women because she even Anita had several people in her comments that were former military and women that were complaining about the body armor and saying that they needed something that actually fit. It's like, I mean, there's the whole thing with the chainmail bikini. It's a trope in gaming. And like I said, no dude's going to complain about that because there's nothing hotter than a woman wearing chainmail bikini. Just run that out there.
Even gay men like boobs.
But the DOD spent a buttload of money on female armor types.
Yeah, they did. And if you go to and look for buying body armor, they have body armor specifically made for women because they have different body sizes, different body types. The thing is that blows my mind. Okay, when I took biology in high school, granted this was a very long time ago, there was this concept called sexual dimorphism that was taught that says that females and males of a species have different physical traits.
You're triggering.
And there's another thing that you'd be shocked and amazed to hear, that there's this thing called sexual dimorphism in the brain that shows that the brains of men and women are different. It's not a social construct.
You're triggering right now.
Yeah.
The thing I was going to say is that the ballistic armor that's being made now to fit women, the experimental ones, don't look all that. They don't fit the women all that differently than what we saw in the show.
Yeah.
They actually look kind of like that. So,
it's sexist.
You're not allowed to have boobs. Anita Sarkeesian doesn't believe you're not allowed to have boobs.
Yeah.
I don't understand even what her argument is about.
Wait. I had to step away for a second to get more booze.
Boobs?
No, booze. So
all right. So I want to throw this out real quick. Mr. Tickle saying for $2, $2 don't give her power. Just call her Anita Tension.
Sure.
Anita Tension. Okay. Yeah. Anita Tension.
That's great, brother. That is great.
He's brilliant.
It's
Mr.
after
Tickletron.
1:30, folks. I'm a little slow at the moment.
Look,
I'm Bidening right now.
Humans. Look. Biology, because I know the comics just mentioned he took biology just a few seconds ago, or a couple minutes ago, anyway. Now.
Yeah.
That you know what, dudes and chicks have different torso lengths. So you know what, your armor has to be different because dudes and chicks have different heights in their trunks. You have to allow for the difference in those variances. There are so many different biologicals.
Well, the other thing too that a lot of people don't know is that the pelvis is quite different between men and women, and that's one thing that we would do in anthropology to sex a skeleton is typically look at the long bones and the pelvis if the pelvis is present. You know why? Because there's a bigger canal to give birth through.
Wait a minute. You mean they got to fire? They have a bigger chute to fire the puppies out?
Yes,
that's what I thought.
Yeah. See. So it's this whole idea that all these things are social constructs are just it's fucking stupid.
It's not
dude. We're talking about people who think 2 + 2 equals cement truck.
I know.
That's pretty good. I like that.
Yeah. Thank you, rich upper middle class white folk, and thank you so much.
Thank you for destroying
you're
2,000 years of progress.
Did you say thank you, culture?
Yeah.
This is funny. The jack of all casuals, us. No, it's not true. That's impossible. Comics. Search your feelings. You know it to be true. Us. No. Demo flip for $2. Boobs or a social construct.
Where can I construct some for myself?
I said, hey now. Hey now. Iko, I nay. Yeah, bring those things down the aisle, baby. You know what I'm saying?
Just don't give them your real name and be gone by dawn.
All right, Terminus S for $5. Culture. Sick. I need to get more boobs. Grab the boss chest like a pair of stress balls.
So glad she's asleep right now, Terminus. Oh my god.
Hell, Terminus.
She's out like a light, dude. Right? There'd be a march-in sound. You could probably hear it on this microphone. It'd be a thump, 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 thump. What? I'm not kidding. She's asleep. You bet you're lucky.
I remember anthropology. I liked that elective. Well, that elective was my entire major in college.
Nice.
Are you sure you're
fun, man?
Are you sure you're not a gender studies major?
Fuck no. Well, oddly enough, I actually did take a sex, gender, and culture class, but it wasn't like woke or anything. We actually talked about sex, gender, and culture.
Hey,
it wasn't like an agenda or anything. It was really funny.
Do you know what most NFL players took in school and to get through, college?
Gender studies?
Oh, dude. Bing, bing, bing. Basketball players too, dude. Oh, fucking absolutely.
Why?
Because it's a blow-off bullshit thing.
It's easy.
Oh, it's easy to do. Oh.
Yeah. I mean, and that's the thing is, you have a degree in easy and you paid $240,000 for it. So congratulations. You hit the easy button.
Yeah,
you got no fucking job. You might go into an HR thing and ruin everything for everybody else. So congratulations for fucking society.
Well, the thing is they had to create an industry around that bullshit. So
that's the great thing about anthropology. It's basically sociology for dead people. Well, kind of. That's anthropology. That's archaeology. Sorry, not necessarily anthropology.
Yeah, boob armor. I don't know. I don't understand what Anita was going off about. She just wanted some attention.
I need attention. Wanted attention. That's exactly why she made that post.
Yeah, that was it.
Going forward, whenever she says anything, we should just say, look, somebody needs more money in the grift. And that's it. That's all we should say. We shouldn't acknowledge her point. We shouldn't acknowledge anything that she says. We just got to go, oh, yeah, dude, grifting again. You need some more cash infusion to not pay people that you actually employ, you feminist frequency grifting asshat.
I wrote about 100 pages about Gamergate in the Fandom Menace Volume 1, and Sarkeesian got, I think, less than a page because she wasn't that interesting. Or honest to God, like I made mention of who she was and why she was a part of associated with that movement, and that she said everything is sexist and everything is racist, and you have to point it out to people all of the time. And I was just like,
you left out everything is homophobic.
Oh, everything is homophobic. Yeah.
Then you have to point it out to everybody.
Everything is great when you're part of a team.
Like then this grifter came out of nowhere. Like that was the page in my book.
Oh, dude, she is a fake nerd. Fake gamer.
Oh, absolutely.
Fake geek. She is the fakest of fake. She makes Amber Heard look like an amateur. That's how fake this chick is.
When I went over her in my book, like that's one of the things that I pointed out was that she was doing a project. I think it was in college, where she was doing some kind of project on the games in the music games. Right. And she's like, I had to research it because I don't play games. You know what I mean? And then
she said that in the video. And then later on, she said, I was playing games since I was a child. And
I know. And she's got these stacks of games for her clout picture. It's my favorite fucking thing in the world. I'm like, can you tell me who the hero of this game is, you stupid chick?
No, that would be like asking Leslie Headland what her favorite Star Wars movie is. I like all of them.
Star Wars. I love all the Star Wars.
Well, her would be. It's all.
I love Nintendo. I love Nintendo. Fucking dude, when Jeremy Griggs does that.
I love Nintendo. I love Nintendo.
God damn, dude. Fucking love it.
It's she's just a grift, and people caught on to it, and she's not at the head of the oppression line anymore. She was when it started. Now she's not at the head of the oppression line.
Dude, but
no, not even close.
She's one of those chicks that throw her legs over with her Gucci boots over the oppression fence to get on the right side of it.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Yeah, she's sorry. It's just it ain't no. We're well past.
I blame Ishii for this whole conversation.
Oh, why?
What did Ishii do?
Yeah, what did Ishii do?
He stopped talking. He stopped talking.
Oh, well, I don't know. I was enjoying the interesting comments about.
I don't know how interesting.
I need attention.
He checked out at Backdoor Pilots. That's what
I think we all checked out at Backdoor Pilots.
Okay, so here's the weird thing. Okay, so this is all inside baseball. So shh, everybody. 9 series for Star Wars were in production for Lucasfilm. 9. Now, when I say in production, this is these are inside this is inside baseball terms. That doesn't mean they're going to make the show. It doesn't mean that it's not greenlit. They're working on it. It's in development. That's the other thing.
Whether it sees the light of day is completely
exactly, yeah. So the Headland thing is still one of those. Will this actually make it anywhere? So, but they had 9 things. They cut it down to 6. The last cut I heard was 4. I know for sure 3 are moving forward. So, but there are potential for 5. So, yeah. But it's just they don't know what they're doing, and I'm not including the Obi-Wan thing that the scripts were written 2 years ago, and then they went there. They spent 5 days on set with an entire crew, and then didn't shoot a damn fucking thing, and sent everybody home. That's a lot of money to spend to send people to England. They went all the way. They went all the way to Pinewood, not Pinewood in Atlanta. No. They sent them all the way across the pond.
Listen,
sent them up for 5 days and said, "Peace."
I don't mean to plug my book again, but in volume 1, I listed all of the people that were hired into the Disney Lucasfilm Story Group and their qualifications. And I kid you not, 2 of them had some previous experience on working with shows, and the rest of them, nothing.
Oh no, these babysitters
have all been learning. They have all been learning on the fly, smelling each other's farts, listening to Queen Kathleen, and that's why we got what we got. You know, and that's why the Mandalorian is the only thing that's making any money, because you actually got Jon Favreau in there and knows what the hell he's doing. You know, when it comes to production, that's it.
Well,
Other than look what all the writers in Disney Lucasfilm did. It took 41 of them to come together and create that book from a certain kind of a certain point of view. All you know what I mean, to make stories about background characters that are in the movies that are off having weird
dinosaurs,
gay
dinosaurs.
things. That's Disney Lucasfilm. Is butt sex. That's all it is. There's no point. There's no point even paying attention to it. That's if you're into that, that's what you go to get. That's what you go to see. That's what you want.
You realize I hang out over on Mary Mayhem's channel from time to time, and one of our things is #butt stuff.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Look, I'm sick.
Disney Star Wars #butt stuff.
Butt sex.
So here's
not a joke.
No, it isn't. But it's really weird that this is where we are with the most popular franchise in the history of the planet, and this is where we are.
Quite frankly, I would describe Disney Star Wars as non-consensual butt sex.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, like Last of Us 2?
Oh,
yeah.
Dry, man. Damn.
Yeah, it was not okay. So I still am confused. So, show of hands, is Abby? I can't do it.
Culture. What do you gotta
stop.
say?
I got it. No.
No. No. The answer is no. I think we're done, folks. It's almost 3 hours.
Oh, okay. Yeah, dude, it's not long enough.
It's almost 2 a.m.
I never hear that.
But there's good news. If you're looking for more live streaming, Culture and I will be streaming on Mondays.
Oh, excellent.
Nice.
Yes. You guys are welcome to join too. This is going to be our Old Man Screaming at Clouds podcast, where we actually talk about politics, not entertainment.
Oh, okay.
At some point, I'm going to move that over to the new channel once it actually gets monetized. But we'll keep the live streaming here, and everything will just go over to the live stream channel once we're done. But again, the more political content will be going to the Great Reset channel. So,
nice. I would like to reset a whole lot of stuff right now.
Yeah. So, dude, I'm fucking tired because I'm like, why isn't this thing highlighting? Oh, because I'm actually in YouTube, not StreamYard, like a fucking moron. Crazy Cat Guy for $5. It is a fox that's saying good job. And we have another one for $3 from Crazy Cat Guy that says bye. Bye.
Peace. Thank you very much.
But before we sign off, let's go around the horn and tell everybody where we can find our distinguished guest of this panel. We'll start with you, Ishi, and I'll promise not to hit the remove button this time.
What?
There's times I would go to highlight somebody. I did this to a script doctor several times where I go to highlight them and I click remove by accident.
Oh, okay. Well, I am Jay Ishiro Finney, author and alien in a human suit. You can find me at Jay Ishiro here on YouTube. I do a number of shows with my wife. We used to have themed shows, but right now it just seems to be us turning on the mic and talking to the audience, which seems to do really well for some reason. You can find my books if you're tired of reading woke garbage. You can read something good by going to Amazon and picking up either one of my novellas under Jay Ishiro, or you can pick up one of my graphic novels, such as Case File Arkham, which is essentially Lovecraftian noir set in the 1940s.
Nice.
Very, very cool.
Oh, one more thing. And
sure.
Because frankly, there's been a real effort to try and turn cyberpunk into some sort of bizarre anti-capitalist statement, and a lot of people seem to really not know what the hell it is. I have started a website called cyberpunksourcecode.online, where you can find a complete media guide to anything and everything that is cyberpunk. Right now, all the attention's on novels, and I have nice little search tags like conservative author, Christian author, libertarian author. So if you really want to avoid the woke, you can do it with this site.
Wow.
Beautiful. That's awesome, dude.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. You're also selling t-shirts, which I just picked one up myself recently.
Yeah, I just opened up a store on the site, which is right now it's just got t-shirts, but I'll have some other stuff up there soon. And cool. Yeah, you like the high-tech low-life shirt?
Yeah, dude, that was awesome. Cool. That was pretty slick. And there's Ishi's channel. I just dropped it into the chat for you guys if you haven't subscribed. I gave you a shout out on Friday Night Tights the other night. So hopefully
probably why we've been getting a lot more views lately. That's great.
Hopefully that's the reason why. Esco photo for $1.99. I like this Culture Casino guy. Yeah, Culture Casinos. He's nice. I think I'll keep him on the stream. Speaking of Culture Casino, you're up next, man.
Oh, hi. I'm Culture Casino. I have a YouTube channel. I'm actually monetized thanks to a comics division, although he will say not really. But I'm very thankful to him and to everybody else in the fourth wave, especially author Stephen Walton, who I give a hard time to, but I actually greatly admire. I think he's an excellent leader and the evangelist we need in these times. I will tell you that my channel is based around entertainment and pop culture news primarily, and just general culture here in the United States. But it is from a business point of view. I try to understand why you would do things that don't make you money. It's really hard for me to find reasons for that, but I try to make sense of it all in my twice a week videos. And then my live streams are dedicated to just the amazing human beings that are around me. So for example, tomorrow is the Friday pre-flight where I try to guess what people like Comics Division and Gary from Nerdrotic and Jeremy Griggs from Geeks and Gamers and Az from Heel versus Babyface and everybody on Friday Night Tights is actually going to talk about tomorrow. Also try to figure out what maybe Doomcock might talk about or anybody that you subscribe to, anything that they might possibly talk about over the weekend. And then on Sunday, I wrap it all up with a bow and a live stream that I do called the Sunday Culture Review, where I basically review everything that happened over the course of the last week in pop culture and everything else, along with a great panel and several guests, people that you either have or have not heard of that I want to promote because they're awesome. So thank you all very much for being here. We would not be here without you. You're truly amazing. And and subscribe to Ishii because he's freaking cool.
Yeah,
And other than that,
very
have a
cool,
great
dude.
Yeah, thank you.
Love listening to your live streams with you and Kat.
Yeah.
And also subscribe to Steve Kenobi. That way he can make more top 5 videos.
Dude,
Yes.
Stieg made an extra special bonus one for the holiday. You have to check it out. His top, not only that, he has t-shirts now. Dude, at the Teespring store, you can get a top 5 t-shirt in both
That's
men's
awesome.
and women's. It's fantastic. I ordered one. It's on the way. I'm going to wear it on a live stream.
I need to do something about t-shirts. I think I need to get somebody to do something.
Well, I'll do it for you, but I have a Teespring store. I have merch. Nobody's bought any except for me. But that's okay. It's all right.
I think I could probably get away with doing the comics division avatar in a shirt.
I think you could. Yeah.
I mean, it's pretty slick.
Yeah,
Next up, we have author Stephen Walton. You may have heard this guy, maybe not. General all-around asshat. Not really. He's a cool dude.
That's right. My name is Author Stephen Walton, and unlike Culture Casino, I do have an upper lip. Thank you guys for being here tonight. Hail to the chat.
Are you talking about the caterpillar on your face?
I'm talking about the look. It's like you're like this. That's Culture Casino. There's a no upper lip, big ass lower lip.
Dude, are we going to talk about the shaving accident? Dude, look at your beard. You really want to go there? It's like somebody spilled like hot wax on your face and like ripped it off, and now you have like bald patches on your face where your beard used to be. What's up with that?
That's a speedway for eating pussy. Thank you guys very much for being here this evening. Thank you for having me on Comics. Good seeing EC again. Please subscribe to all the wonderful people on this panel. Support Comics Division. He's been great to everybody. Great friend to everybody in the Menace, in and outside. Don't care if carry a hashtag. I'm just glad that you're here having a conversation. Please do me a favor. Support your 2 or 3. Subscribe to Stig Kenobi. That's it. That's my whole spiel. Subscribe to Stig. We want more videos. We want to annoy him. Please, and if you are Swedish, please subscribe to Stig. And then put in the comments every time that you're there that you're sweet. He loves Sweden. He is a big advocate of Sweden. Thank you very much. Please support all of your favorite YouTubers. I know there's a lot of people in the community, and you may watch a lot of different channels, but that 2 or 3 channels, those people that you really enjoy, no matter who they are, big or small, if you can share out links and likes, and if you can like them and comment on their videos, that really does mean a lot to them. We don't have an industry to support us. We only have you. I am the author of the Fandom Menace Volumes. Volume 1 and 2 are both available in my Indiegogo for the Phantom Menace Volume 2, and the audiobook for Volume 1, narrated by Robot Shlomo of Midnight's Edge After Dark, is available on Audible. I want to say that I appreciate you guys. Thank you very much. I hope that you subscribe if you want to hear me and the other people in Rogue Entertainment doing some shows. We do them on Tuesday at 6:30 p.m. Also do it on Saturday at 7. And this week, let's see, what do I have next up? I have Nerd Cookies. I'm going to be on the Culture Review on Culture Casino's channel Sunday morning, and then Sunday evening I'll be on Nerd Cookies reviewing The Mandalorian. Thank you very much. We would not be here without you. I am author Stephen Walton, the Fandom Menace historian, your historian, born in the chats of the High Council with my brothers and sisters, fighting for our modern mythologies. Wash your hands, wash your ass, and because it's International Men's Day, wash your dick. Be good to each other. Peace.
And as much as I love Steven, he forgot to promote a brand new show over on ETEP's channel. We
don't got a name for it yet, so I wasn't. I think it's gonna be going in Rogue, but I'm not sure.
Hey now.
I think that's what it's gonna be.
Also, we have one last chat from Stieg, who is, you just made my next top 5 list, Walton. Be afraid.
I'm just trying to send traffic your way, bro. I'm being a team player. Come on, Stieg.
That's what I heard. That's what I heard, baby.
All right. A little self-promotion for myself. If you guys have not gone and subscribed to the Great Reset, that's my latest channel where I'll be covering more political topics, talking about the Great Reset. The next 4 years probably should be good for that channel if YouTube doesn't shut everything down and the Great Reset doesn't collapse everything, and we all live in hovels in the next coming in the next years. I don't know. I'm tired, folks. I will catch you next time, and as always, we'll end on a lovely